y'all doing out there today? We got a lot to discuss. We got a lot to break down. We're gonna be breaking down some of the top news articles in boxing today. We're gonna be reading them off, and we're gonna be asking you, what do you think about some of the top stories in boxing? Also, this I guess rumor or not so much of a rumor anymore with Dana White and Ed Hearn. This thing is sounding like it could actually be a possibility. We're gonna be talking that about that much more. So lock in, tune in, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And like always, let's hop right into this episode. Front line, what it do, my colleague? What's up, brother? Hop on up. We're gonna be breaking down some of these top stories and headlines in boxing. One of the biggest headlines right now that's going around, that's circling around, is this interesting fight against Dana White and Ed Hearn. Both top promoters now. Dana White being a promoter in boxing, and once upon a time he was the founder, I would say, of the UFC, not necessarily the owner at any particular time, but he made the UFC what it is. So, what up, Frontline? So, as we take a quicker, a quick look at this story and everything, I want my co-host Frontline to read the article and what they're saying about this Dana White and Ed Hearn fight. Frontline, what's up, my brother? How you doing?
What's going on?
Man, listen, there's a couple of top stories in boxing right now, and one of them that's circulating that I believe is making a lot of noise because of the dollar amount too. We're gonna be, let's look that over. Do you have that article right there in front of you?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah, I want to get to that one right there. That one's gonna be interesting to talk about, to say the least. Uh, because they've been going at each other for quite some time on social media.
Here we go. Eddie Hearn to fight Dana White with $60 million at stake.
What was that number
$60
again? What was the number?
million.
Damn,
It's crazy, right?
it's crazy. So can you read the article?
I'm about to read it right now. The
Okay, go ahead.
idea is the idea is no longer just a joke. Eddie Hearn has responded aggressively to Dana White after fresh talk of a crossover boxing match between the two began to gain traction, with a potential 60 million spectacle now being openly discussed. The matchroom promoter confirmed he has received interest, including an offer through Misfits Boxing. Hearn revealed that the conversations have taken place behind the scenes, including informal discussions involving Turkey Al Sheikh, while also confirming that White himself previously called him out publicly. What started as a verbal exchange has quickly escalated into something more serious, with both sides now circling the possibility of a high end profile bout. He keeps calling me pussy. Let's find out who the real pussy is, Hearn said. Despite admitting his own limitations, he suggested he would fully commit to preparing for the fight, even hinting at early training and visualizing the occasion. The financial incentive appears to be a major driving force. Hearn claimed the fight could generate purses of around $30 million each, adding that even defeat would not outweigh the opportunity. If I get knocked out and I make 30 million, it's not the saddest day in the world, he said. While no agreement is in place, the growing public exchanges and serious financial backing have pushed the idea closer to reality. turning what once seemed like a novelty into a genuine possibility within boxing evolving landscape.
Wow. Wow.
That shit is
So
crazy.
okay, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. So the article said that it would be a $30 million split
No,
between
no,
the
no, no, no,
two.
no, 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 no. 60 million,
Right.
which will be split 30-30. So it's a 50-50 split. Each will get 30 million.
Right. Right. So that being in fact that it would be like you know what I'm saying? That's where they get the number 60 million from. You know, that they get 30-30. And Ed Hearn said, even if I lose, win, or draw, 30 million on one day is not a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Which makes it very interesting to see, you know, like Ed Hearn is a businessman. At the end of the day, you get $30 million for one day's work. You know, that's not bad. I mean, it's much more than that. We all know it's not actually one day's work. It's about 3 or 4 months or whatever commitment for that one day.
Yo, Edwin,
You just gotta show up.
hold it down for about 5-10 minutes. I gotta do something real quick. I'm gonna stay on, but I'm
All
gonna do
right,
something real quick. Just
I
hold it down for
got
a
you.
minute.
I got you. So anyway, fight fans, you know what I'm saying? Like this fight, you know, with Ed Hearn and Dana White has started from they have history from a long time. They've been taking shots at each other since Dana White. I believe been taking shots at Oscar De La Hoya. It's been like that long. Ed Hearn has said a lot of things about Dana White, but I never thought the possibility of them fighting ever would occur. Being that the fact that I finally got to meet Ed Hearn, and in the beginning of my video, in fact, I have pictures with him, you know, where I'm like side by side with Ed Hearn and shit, and I talk to him. Now, look, guys, let me tell you something. Dana White's from Boston, all right? He's from Boston. Not only is he from Boston, that he started in a boxing gym in Boston. This much I know for a fact. I'm from that side of town. And he had a boxing gym. Now he was ran out of Boston, yes, by Whitey Bulger, the famous mobster. And, you know, for good reason. Whitey was, you know, who Whitey was. He was a killer, bro. You know, he would shoot you in broad daylight. Let's just, you know, you seen the movies and stuff. A lot of that shit was Hollywood and lies. But the reality is, Whitey Bulger in that day, he was he was a problem, bro. He was a problem. And he ran Dana White out of Boston. He hightailed it, got on a plane and left. But I said all of that to say this. He started off in a boxing gym. Dana White does not enter a room in the UFC with some of the best mixed martial artists and argues contracts because he shook. Because he shook. He's had his own training. You know, he's dabbled in mixed martial arts and fighting. But you could see it in Dana White's just his demeanor. He has a no bullshit, I don't take shit demeanor. And once he got money, he was no longer afraid. He can hire some help. Dana White, he leads by intimidation, fear. You know, he wants to put on this persona that he's like just a businessman. I'm just conducting business. But there's been a lot of men that have threatened him, went after him, real tough guys, UFC former world champions, and there he is. Dana White, there he is. Now, as far as Ed Hearn's lifestyle, Ed Hearn was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Now, that doesn't say that he has to be, you know what I'm saying, a wimp, right? There's been a lot of guys that have been born with money and took that money and invested in some karate, boxing training, and they became some pretty tough dudes. Okay. So it's not always that way. But Ed Hearn, uh, he's not a fighter. I would say he's a lover. You know, he's the type of guy that'll get his hair done in a manicure and probably bag your bitch. That's Ed Hearn. But Dana White, he's on some. You could see it, right? He literally looks like the mob boss, right? What's that mob boss dude in Spider Man? The bald headed dude that he's real big. Spider Man's always beefing with him in New York, trying to punch him and shit. He be laughing, like yo, he's mad. He's like a crime boss. That's Dana White. I think if you put Dana White and Ed Hearn in the ring, Dana White's gonna quit. I mean, not Dana White. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ed Hearn is gonna quit. If you put Dana White and Ed Hearn in a fight, Ed Hearn is gonna quit in that fight. He's gonna take. I think he's gonna take a couple punches to that pretty little face of his, and he's not gonna want to continue. That's what I see. I mean, he's. I think Ed Hearn because look, there's a such thing about a tall man and short man complex. It really goes both ways. A short man always wants to prove himself, and a taller man doesn't want to answer to a shorter man. He doesn't want to bow or bend the knee to a smaller guy. He just views you, even though he's like, this little motherfucker will kick my ass, right? You still don't respect him after he kicks your ass because he's short. He's like extremely smaller than you. You understand? And that's where those tall guys get this inferiority complex over short dudes. I've seen it thousands of times. I've seen both ways. The short guy knock out the tall guy knock out the short guy. It's like 50-50. But I actually think Dana White can fight. I actually think he can fight. Now he might be up there in age, but I think he can fight. I don't think Ed Hearn has ever been in a fight in his entire life.
I don't think Ed Hearn ever thrown a punch.
No, maybe with a girl, Susie, in the fourth grade, when she pulled his pudding, and he almost won that fight, but she poked him in the eye. He says to this day,
Hey, shout out to the chat, Edwin, real quick. NASA,
yeah,
saludos. Precise Constructs, round one, rocking his Teofimo look. Laughing emoji. What up?
whoa, back up, back.
Stop
Oh,
right. Stop
stop
right.
right there. It's
Shots fired
Tiafimo
early.
it's Tiafimo Senior, right? And Tiafimo Senior don't got these stunners. Okay, he ain't got them. I ain't never seen him with the Cardis. He might have some other shit. I seen him with the Louis. I seen him with the Gucci's, but they're not Cardis. All right, so let's just stop right there. These are Cardis, yes, and they're real. Yes, yes. All right, so yeah, he ain't got these. He
Yo,
could probably go get him, but he still ain't got him yet. I'll probably say that he'll go out tomorrow and get him, motherfucker.
George George Martinez, salute round one, front line and chat. El brother Jason Ayala, salute round one in chat. Carcass, Chicago kills. Yo, yo, yo.
What up, Chicago, my dude?
He says drop the link.
In a
Bull
second, in a
Rider.
second, we're gonna get past the boxing news. Then we're gonna drop the link, and then we'll all talk. All right, so stick around. I'm
Bull
dropping the
Rider in the
link.
building. Bull Rider in the building. He says, what's up, fight fans? Shout out to the host.
Salute, brother. Thank you.
So that's it. So yeah,
Yo, yo, go ahead.
I mean they're both up in age between Eddie
Ed
and
Hearn is just
Dana.
tall, man. When I met him, he's like 6'5", 6'6". Ed Hearn in real life, like he's like six
Yeah,
five,
yeah.
6'8". When I met like Dana White,
So wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Can we pull up a tell of the tape?
a tailor the tape. Do we have a tailor the tape? Like
I
what?
don't know. I'm shit. Google how tall is fucking Dana White and
Okay,
how much roughly does he weigh, and we'll fucking make it a fuck it.
okay. I got you. We could do that. We could do that. Okay. All right.
How tall is Dana White?
How tall is Dana White? Okay. How tall
While you do that,
is
I'll look up
Dana White?
Eddie Hearn.
All right. Um
Okay, so Eddie Hearn is 6'5",
Yeah, I told you.
and
And
then Dana White is
and
what?
5'10".
Okay.
I told you. And
All
if
right.
I
Well,
didn't
my
get it
source,
out early enough, if I
my
didn't get
my
it,
source says he's 5'11".
nah, he's 5'10". He shaved
Now,
off the hair. He lost the hair. He lost an inch.
okay. Hold on. Now, how much does Dana White weigh?
Wait, he's about 225. Well, he's losing weight
Okay,
though.
Dana White, the 5'11" UFCCO weighs approximately 190 pounds.
Yeah, because he's been doing those videos where he had those fake abs, like Oscar. He went and got the surgery, I guess, and he's been slimmer. So I was just about to say that. Yeah,
All right, now,
he's been slimming down.
you writing this down or no?
Nah, I don't need to write it down. I got it. I got it.
Okay. Oh shit, that's a huge difference.
Yes.
Eddie Hearn, 6'5", weighs give or approximately 235 pounds.
Yes, at 6'5".
Yes. All right. So we got 190, 5'11",
That's why he don't respect
6'5".
Dana. Cause he's Dana's like
All
compared
right.
to him. That's why he's like, man, you're a pussy, blah. And like at Hearn, you can't fight. You can't fight, brother. You're awkward as hell. I've actually seen you joking around with guys throwing punches at Hearn.
Yo,
You're
Edwin,
awkward.
Edwin, you have to get a pen and paper for this. We got it.
For
We got to do it right.
for what? What do you want? What do you want? I
I,
got it.
Eddie Hearn's reach is 80 inches.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hold on.
So
Yeah.
so 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 Dana White's at 5'10" is about, I would say, 66, 67.
And then Dana White. Okay. The search various UFC fighter reaches and mentioned of a 72.5-inch reach.
That's various on fucking like athletes like on that weight. But he's not various and he's got stumpy arms.
Yeah.
He's
So
got
they're
like
saying it's
he's
saying there's no official or confirmed measurement for Dana White,
right. And I
but
said 69, right? 69,
yeah.
68. That's what I said.
So roughly, let's just round to 70. So
That's
that's a
what I
10.
you see, you just try to be a second. You know I was right with 69. It was right around 69.
All
But
right,
you
so
want to give it to me.
let's for shits and giggles, let's go 70.
I he still don't got an 80. That's fucking
That's a
10 inch.
ten
Fuck
inch
out of
arm
here.
reach, a six
That's like
inch.
Sebastian Fedora fighting one time Keith Thurman.
Yo, so it's a 10-inch arm reach, a 6-inch height advantage,
That's Sebastian Fedora fighting
and
one
then
time Keith Thurman.
and then wait, 10. So it's a 45-pound advantage in weight if he doesn't slim down for the fight.
Hmm.
And unofficially, Eddie Hearn's got 3 fights, all three by knockout. Dana White has 10 fights, 8 knockouts. What you got to say about that?
I don't know. I listen. I think Dana White can fight, bro. I don't think he's a punk. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you try to corner Dana White in a hallway, let's say we got into an argument with Dana White in a hallway in some fucking Las Vegas hotel. He ain't running. He's not running. Ed Hearn would run. If I smacked Ed Hearn in the hallway, just he's not good. He'll might stand there, take some steps back, look at me like I'm stupid, and say some shit. It's typically what's gonna happen. He's not. He probably won't fight me. And if he did, he'll do one of those fucking American stupid white guy kicks. Like a guy that can't fight. What he does is he goes like this, and then he tries to kick you. That's what he'll do. Ed Hearn can't fight, bro. When I mean he can't fight, he can't fight.
What do you think? Ed Hearn's a southpaw or
I
orthodox?
have no idea, bro. Listen,
They,
I've actually seen him joking with boxers and him going like this. Yo, he was so awkward. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I got into a fight in a hotel alley with Dana White, I know I would be in a fight. I'm not sure if I could beat him, he could beat me, but I give him everything I have. I know that I would actually have to fight him. You know what I'm saying? And until I lock horns with him and I feel how strong he is, or I see how fast he is, I'll make my decision how I would fight him in like in a street fight in a fucking hotel um hallway. But Ed Hearn, I don't think he's gonna fight me, bro. I'm just being honest. With my experience and being in a lot of okay, I'm just gonna say I've been in a couple fights. In my experience, I've been in one or two fights in my life. And you can, you can't always read a book by its cover. I've never experienced, but I've seen it on YouTube where like the nerdy dude would turned out to be a ninja. I never ran into that actually. No. Um, but
oh,
uh
well, before you continue your thought,
yeah,
and then you got a 10-year age gap difference. Dana White is 56. Eddie Hearn is 46.
that's the problem. I was gonna get to that right next. I know that you would have to fight Dana, whatever, once upon a time in his life. He would have fought you, but now at this age, you know, he might gas out in one or two rounds. And Ed Hearn, if he's smart, if he weathers the storm and he's not intimidated by his punches, he covers up well. He can actually beat Dana White because Dana White will gas himself out, and it'll be that way. But if you put Dana White and Ed Hearn in a hallway in Las Vegas, that would be a different fight. Ed Hearn's not winning that fight. No, he's not. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Um, but in a boxing match, Ed Hearn has a chance now. He actually can beat Dana White, maybe, just maybe, if he can just get through, just a little bit of pain. He's not used to pain. Ed Hearn is not used to getting punched. He might be involved in a lot of boxing. That doesn't make you a fighter. Instinctively, like you just don't go from having 46 years of manicures and pedigrees and massages to getting punched in the face. It doesn't work that way. He doesn't have a leather skin.
Here's a question, Edwin. Out of his stable, right?
Yeah,
What coach do you think he would hire to train him?
that I have no idea, but I also think it'll be somebody on that side. It'll probably be like somebody like AJ's coach
Or
or
Dalton
type.
Smith's coach?
Yeah, it'll be one of those type dudes. And
And then what
um,
about for Dana White? Who do you think he would hire?
Dana White for a
Yeah,
coach. Dana White can go practically anywhere in the United States of America.
I know that, but who do you think he would pick though for boxing?
He would
Not
go.
for.
To, okay. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. He would go to his UFC center and whatever striking coach they got hired there, that's who he would use. He wouldn't go another step further. It's not like he's gonna go seek out Ed Roach
What
or
about Robert Garcia? Is Robert Garcia
nope,
part of
he
the UFC
won't.
stable?
No, he doesn't. You don't understand. When you're a man that has everything in your basement, practically, the UFC center is his basement. Legitimately has world class striking coaches, former boxing coaches that work in that UFC center. Okay, that coach that trained um uh Francis Ngannou, that black dude with the dreads, he's been in a lot of boxing matches. real boxing matches, and he works in that UFC Institute. Why would I go out and pay for for only one fight? It's not like I'm going for a world title. All you got to teach me is the basics and get me in shape, basically. It's not like I'm going to make a career out of this. So Dana White is just going to get in his flip-flops and his robe and go downstairs to his basement where he already has everything he needs. There's no overthinking this. You don't got to say Dana's going to go get this. No. No. He's just going to Dana has Sufa, where the Sufa fighters are training under those same coaches that are training them to fight on their league. Why would I go anywhere else? Just gonna go downstairs. That's it. So, but as far as Ed Hearn, I look at $30 million, guys. Okay, I know a lot of people talk shit in the world. Anybody can say for 30 million, I'll fight you, bro. No, you can't do it. You can't. You're gonna fall over in a bag on a ball, and you're not gonna get your check because you didn't perform. Listen to me, guys. The reason why I was able to get off my couch at the age of 51 and jump in a boxing ring and make it to the third round when I should have gassed out in the first fucking 40 seconds of that fight. There's something somebody told me, and they're right. It was harsh to me, but it was something I needed to hear. He said to me, the reason why you lost, Edwin, because you went in there to compete, not to win. When he said that to me, he was right. At some point in the fight, in the first round, I knew I was going to gas out. I knew it. And I was afraid. I was afraid of embarrassing myself. So I settled into the fact that I would just fight him whenever he came or whatever. He was right, though. I went to compete, not to win. So when you look at situations with Ed Hearn and Dana White like that, I'm not sure that Ed Hearn has the ability to win. He doesn't know what it's like to fight. The reason why I was able to do it, the reason why I was actually able to do it, I've been in a pretty couple. I've been in a couple of fights, maybe one or two or three. And my face, my body, although I haven't fought in a long time in a ring competitively, my body was not shocked. It was not too far off of violence, not too many years ago. And I had a pretty long run of fights. And that's why I was able to do that. But when you're coming off like Ed Hearn, you probably never had a fight in your life. The toughest thing you've done is had an argument. That's it. A heated argument. You can't convince me that you can change that into a guy that's willing to take punches. That's hard to do. You know? So I know what
Hey,
that's like.
I don't give a damn what if I was Eddie Hearn.
I know you see that. Everybody would say that. I don't give a damn. 30 million is 30 million. I go in there and throw
Exactly.
punches. Bro, but you're not gonna win.
It's a win-win for both
I
parties,
know,
though.
but you're not gonna win. You're gonna go in there trying to compete. You're just not gonna win.
Listen, at the end of the day, yo, shout out to Richard in the building. He said salute Edwin in the front line.
Listen, I jump in there for 30 million. I
And
jump in
that's
there
my
for 1
point,
million. All right, one
bro.
right now.
For
$1 million.
one
I
million,
get
I'll
up.
jump in there
Let's
with Mike
go.
Tyson.
Bro, I fight fucking Dana White right now for $1 million right now.
Listen, for one
No
million, I'll
training,
fight.
no nothing. Let's go. I
I'll fight
fight him
Mike
right now.
Tyson.
But that's not the way it goes, bro. The people gotta believe you have a chance to win to put bet and money on you.
Yeah, but
They
it's Misfit. You can't bet on Misfit. Well,
ah
I'm sure
ah.
there's some type of gambling
Yo,
website
I
out
don't
there
want
that'll
him
do
to
that
go
shit.
in there, take two punches, and fold up like a lawn chair and look like a bitch at Hearn. He's gonna look like he took a dive. That's
Yo,
gonna be bad for him.
but okay, so you're saying it's gonna be bad, but what if he sticks that jab out while Dana White's coming in and clips him and drops him? Only by sticking the jab out. Remember, it's a 10-inch reach, 10-year gap difference,
I don't know.
45
I don't
pounds
know. I don't
weight
know.
difference.
We're talking about none of these guys not even got amateur experience. Okay, that's where we're at. Okay, I have no idea what to expect. Zero, zero.
I'm sure Eddie with training.
I'm just telling you. I heard about Dana White before he left Boston. I knew of him. Okay. I choose my words carefully because if I start saying some shit, it will reveal me. You got to understand that it's going to just believe me. All
Just
right.
leave it alone. That's
I
it.
know Dana White, bro. Like, not know him like that, but he was one of, you got to understand in Boston, we were kind of segregated. And it was like this because of nature. I don't know, because it was. The whites stood with the whites, the Puerto Ricans, and the blacks like that at that time. Okay. Whenever you were a white dude and you were like over there, he had to ask already permission to be where he was at in the first place. And he had to get along with certain people in the neighborhood already. He had already started to establish himself. Not too much, Dana White, but he was going to be a figure, and they were going to run their fighters and the mob money through that boxing gym. You know how they use it to clean their money and shit. But I don't know why. I don't know. I just know that nobody at that time wanted to fuck with Waddy Bulger, and that was just a truth gang. That was just the truth. If that dude caught wind of you or wanted you to pay something on rent or protection, uh, you had to make a choice. That was just the real of it. And this was all going on behind grown-ups. Mind you, at this time, I'm not even like a fucking I'm just some young punk with a snotty nose during this time in the neighborhood type shit. So, but you hear the adults talking, you hear your older cousins, you hear, all that. And I remember Dana White wasn't just, I'm just saying he wasn't a tough guy, like a killer, a shooter or nothing, but he wasn't a pushover. That's all. And then, but when real killers showed up, he was like, I'm not willing to go that far. And he took off to Las Vegas and they took his gym. That's all I knew about that. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this fucking dude pops up, bald head. He had hair when he was in Boston. He had hair. Then all of a sudden, he pops up a few years later, bald as hell, talking about the UFC. We were like, oh shit, ain't that Dana from like, right? So like, you know, like, like older people knew him. They talked about him. They said this, that, or whatever. I wasn't in like his era, like hanging around with his guys. No. I came after. My wave came after that. After Dana left and Whitey left, that's when my wave hit the streets like that. Um, I'm just telling you. I don't think Dana's a punk, bro. I don't think so. I'm just telling you, like, like he's like one of them. Like, if I had to, like, funny, it's funny, but Mark Wahlberg, he's one of the Mark Wahlberg Boston dudes. He's that type. Mark Wahlberg
Hey,
was a little fighter. I don't know if a lot of people know this or if they ran up on him backstage or something. But in real life, he used to get into some fights in the neighborhood. I remember when his brother got beat the fuck up. One of them new kids on the block dudes. I'm talking about, yo, man, I'm really showing my age right now. We was in the hood and shit, and like they his brother and them they was coming up. What was they? They was like the back. What was they like? Backstreet Boys or what was their dude's group name? The what the white dude, the five kids from Boston. They went
It was
like
Backstreet.
yeah,
It was
they went
Backstreet
like war
Boys.
tour. So Mark Wahlberg had a
Oh
brother.
wait, wasn't it Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
No, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch wasn't a part of the group. Mark Wahlberg separated from them, right? So I never met Mark or none of them. I never met any of them, but the brother. But the brother. That's the only one that we knew that used to come back to the hood. He used to come back. Once they all got famous, we never seen any of them dudes. I never seen any of them. But the other brother used to come back like Bobby Brown and shit. Like you would see Bobby Brown in Boston in the projects. You know, he would come through in his little white. He had a white um Lexus, like it was a big boy one. And Bobby would come through or whatever, and you know that Bobby was up to no good. You know, we all knew what he was doing. But Marky Mark's brother came down one time, man, and I guess that shit got to his head. You know, the fame and shit. I guess, and
Hey, Bull,
he said the wrong thing to somebody, and the dude smacked the shit out of him. Yo,
Bull
it was
Rider says
crazy.
word has it that Dana White still uses a flip phone.
A flip phone? Yeah. The
I'm
dudes they don't like a lot of dudes, older dudes, I noticed they use flip phones. I laugh about it, right? But that's fucking ingenious, bro. That shit is smart. I should listen to my father when he had a flip phone all the time, right? By having a flip phone, you would think that they have a flip phone because they don't know how to deal with the screen or whatever on a smartphone. And you think that they're behind the curb. But most rich men that have a flip phone, they know how to use an iPhone. They just use a flip phone because they don't hear none of the noise that's constantly coming out on your iPhone. All the messages, all those texts, that doesn't come out on a flip phone. He just pops the flip phone. He got the numbers, the basic shit you need. You think Dana White doesn't know how to use a fucking iPhone? He probably fucking got an iPhone 900,000 billion. One you ain't never seen. He don't use it. All them rich dudes, they still got flip phones. And you think, oh, look at those old guys. They don't know how to use an iPhone. Look how rich they are.
Nah.
No,
There's a reason for all that shit though.
there's a
It
reason for that because they don't allow distraction because it's just look, does it dial? Does it call the person I needed to call? Does it hold contacts? That's all I need. I don't need all the other bullshit. I'm way too busy of a man for my phone to be going bloop, 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 bloop. Message, article. They don't,
notification,
yeah,
this,
them
that,
rich
yeah.
people, they don't hear that shit, bro. They go right to the store. Where's the flip phone at? Yeah, let me get that. Cut all that
Now
shit
flip
out.
phones are usually used nowadays for burners. That's what they for. But I'm just
Yeah.
someone says salute round one front line. George says hit the like, smash that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just someone said Bobby Brown ruined Whitney Houston. And
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. The truth is much different than what Hollywood. I'm sorry. Yeah,
TMZ puts out.
TMZ put out. Yeah, let me teach you something. Okay, for instance, here I'm gonna share a story with you, right? Do you know that movie with LL Cool J, In Too Deep, where that in the movie he played a drug dealer by the name of God that came out to Boston to the projects. They bought a nightclub in Boston and set up shop. God was a big, big drug dealer from New York. When he came out here, he brought a lot of players with him. Big H, Arab, uh, Big A, Arab, Supreme. Those were some of the big hitters. Supreme was a shooter. Um, they got the nightclub, and basically they almost took over a big part of Boston. They took over Lennox Projects. Um, so they got so big and everything got out of control that they fucking made a movie about what happened in Boston. This is during my time. I know all about this. I personally know these guys. That's why I'm talking about this. I know Supreme. I know Arab. I know Big H. I know them. So they all got sentenced to like extreme sentences. Supreme got 28 years in Massachusetts. On the day he finishes the 28 years, he has to go to the feds and start. On that day, he starts 26 years. He has two sentences back to back, 128 and 126. Big H ain't never given out. They gave God 440 something years for his participation in the movie that they released, Into Deep. If you ever watch the movie Into Deep, they never gave like they only focused on LL Cool J's part. They didn't focus on like all the other guys, the other thugs, don't goons. But what they didn't tell you in the movie was the truth. If you were from where we were from, you would know the truth. But in the movies in Hollywood, in the movie, they showed that the guy, the cop that was in Too Deep, he got in, he testified against them. He lost his marriage, his wife and kids, because he thought he was a gangster. He woke up and the feds pulled him out and they told him, and he was like, no, no. And he had like respect in the streets in Boston. He was involved in shootings. He did everything he needed to do to infiltrate them, right? And in the movie, they tell you that he testified, and that at the end, they show you him walking away, like he did everything. And he said like this one liner, and the movie ended. Reality's much different than that. The truth is that dude hung himself in a hotel in Boston the night before the trial. That's what really happened. They lost their star witness, which was him. He lost his wife. He lost his life, his way. He really thought that he was a gangster and that testifying against these dudes, he couldn't do it. He hung himself in the hotel the night before the trial. That's what really happened in real life. But Hollywood, they're gonna
Yeah, they
switch it
dress it
up.
up. They dress it up.
Yeah, they're gonna switch it up. They're gonna change things for that it can be more like a story or the good guy won type shit. Same shit with that Whitey Bulger movie. They try to make him like a rat, where in fact the entire neighborhood knew that he played the FBI and he never ratted on anybody. He never gave up no one. Whitey's brother was like some politician, and he just, you guys saw the movie. There's so many layers to that, and I know nothing about it. I'm not qualified to talk about Whitey Bulger, bro. It's not like I was one of his gang members. I saw some of his movies, but I heard the old timers in the neighborhood talking about him, and they were like, bro, Whitey Bulger's no snitch. We don't believe that shit. Hollywood is trying to discredit his name so they can take down the Robin Hood of death. Because although he was a good dude, he gave to a lot of people, he killed a lot of people. So I don't guess that makes it any better now, does it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people viewed him as a piece of shit, but I gotta admit, there's no one in Boston I ever talked about that ever believed that he was a snitch. Not one person that I ever talked about in the real streets. Not somebody in some fucking Hollywood shit. I'm talking about where he was from. No, not one person. They knew Hollywood did that to try to destroy his image. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I see that, and that the reason why I said all of that was to say this, that they also dressed it up like Whitney Houston fucked up Bobby, right? But in fact, in the hood, in the hood, okay, real talk. I don't know if this ever came out anywhere, or you can fact check me, Google me. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm a grown ass man. I don't gotta make up shit. I don't gotta impress you or nothing. I tell you what I know. Whitney Houston one night got a phone call. They had Bobby Brown fucking hemmed up in some fucking building. Bobby had owed some drug dealers some money. Now, the amount of money in the hood got reported was almost triple to what he actually owed. Bobby probably owed the drug dealer maybe $9,000, $10,000, maybe some shit like that. But they told Whitney Houston it was like, I don't know, 50,000. It was like in cash in a book bag, right? This is real. This is I swear to God this happened. Whitney Houston came to the spot, right? I don't know if they ever tell this story, whatever. I swear to God this happened. Whitney Houston came to the spot with the bag of money in the house with all the fucking the gangsters, the people that had him tied up. And Bobby wanted his drug deal, his drug bill paid. So they told Whitney in the middle of the night. This lady got up. Now she not, mind you, at this time, she's fucking Whitney Houston. At this time, she is really her. She's up singing, touring. Well, tonight she was up in the middle of the night with a duffel bag, driving to some remote area to pay off Bobby Brown's drug dealing thing. Okay. So when she paid it, she walks in and she was like, "Where is he?" She was like, "Here's your fucking money. Let him go." She's giving them orders. She tells them, "Let go of him. Give me Bobby." They would like, this has been a joke in the hood. Like dudes joked about what they talked about in the house. And they were describing like her mannerisms. Like when she came in, she was like thugged the fuck out. Whitney Houston walked like she basically kicked open the door. Poof. She had no fear. She was like, and she's in a house full of gangsters with guns and drug dealers that got Bobby fucking tied up somewhere. So like these stories went around Boston for a while. Depends who you know who you hang around with, who you grew up. You heard some of these stories. So I said all of that to say this. I was like, wow, why was Whitney like that? They was like, you don't know. I was like, what? Whitney controlled Bobby. She was the girl that had the girl image. If Bobby didn't do what she said, she snapped. She made Bobby get up and go to the projects. She made Bobby get up in the middle, like, and when Bobby be like, "Yo, Whitney, we good. Like, let's stop, let's slow down." She was a demon, from what I heard. From what I heard, Whitney was the driving force behind Bobby. Bobby was fucked up before he already met her. She was like a rich girl that had everything that was waiting to explode. She was just waiting to find her Bobby for that she can be the person she always wanted to be. That's it. As soon as Bobby was like, "Yo, with me, I can get you whatever you want," she swallowed them like a praying mantis. They said she was 10 times worse than Bobby from everything I've ever heard. Whitney. You know, I don't know about what they tell you guys in the music industry, Hollywood. I'm not, I, unfortunately, man, to tell you the truth, uh, I wasn't rich enough to have cable. Let's just leave it like that.
Yo, the chat going crazy under it.
Why? What they saying? What they
They
saying?
said, I'm just someone said she went there without Kevin Costner.
Yo, check it out. I swear to
And then
God.
wait, hold on. And then Cut Creator said, so she was waiting to exhale.
Yeah. Yo, on some bodyguard shit. On some bodyguard shit. I swear to God, if you can look up anything about Whitney, right? You know, maybe, well, maybe that story might not be out there. Okay. It might not be. And you guys find it hard to believe. All right. And okay, cool. I can understand what you guys are coming from or whatever. But I'm telling you, I am telling you, bro, that shit happened for real, for real. For real,
Hey,
for real, for real. That
hey,
happened.
I just said, so she wanted to dance with somebody.
She did. Yo, they talked about that in the hood.
Yo,
Like,
this chat ain't shit.
yo, they
Hey,
talked
check
about
it.
that shit. The way she came in there, them dudes, like, now the dudes, you gotta remember, right? Like the dudes that Bobby was fucking with, like, he probably grew up with them dudes and like had old tides in Boston. And Bobby used to fuck around with the heroin, you know what I'm saying, with the dope and the coke. That's what Bobby's thing was, right? And Whitney, I guess, was the coke and smoking or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there. Those were just what they would
Eh,
say about them.
I'm just someone says Bobby was her greatest love of all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo, they said that that Whitney lady was a demon, though. They said she was a demon, man. For real, for real, for real. They said that uh like the people, like some people like that fucked with her, them like as a couple and shit. Because like in Boston, like, you know, when you're like from a big major city like New York City, there's no telling every day how many superstars or movies or rappers you see in downtown Manhattan shopping on every given day. You know, in New York, we're not as starstruck anymore. As a New Yorker, it's common to see a movie star, an actor. That's common as fuck. You know, you're gonna see. It just depends on what level. There's only certain people I've ever seen go to New York that can't walk around. Michael Jackson was one of them, and I'm talking about he would shut down New York City. I never seen nothing like that in my life. I've seen, you know, like Denzel can't walk around in New York. No, he can't. Um, but there's a lot of movie stars that were always around. You know, they were always coming out of fucking TMZ or fuck. You know, you would see them. You know, all the time. You know, that tall white funny dude that he be on the mic. What's his name? He has the glasses. He always used to have um like sex porn stars on his show. He's tall white dude. He had the curly hair with the glasses.
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. You would see him a lot. And like he would like anybody. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You would see anybody in New York. Same thing in Boston. You know, you would see some actors and they would lower their heads or whatever. You'd get a picture or something, and every now and then some fucking tourists would lose their mind. But all of us that are from there, that's common. You know, you see them. Hey, what's up? How you doing? You just keep it pushing. That's all.
Hey,
Uh,
work hard chill says round one when you gain on the peptides.
the peptides, I can't.
Never.
I can't. I just can't.
Me-
Can't.
Mexican boxing number one says Haney fans exposed. Eddie Hearns just said he can't sell. That's what H Town told Ness, and he got mad. Laughing emoji.
Hmm.
So here's a question I got for you, Edwin. Since we're talking Bull
Bull
Rider
rider.
said Bobby was Whitney's prerogative. Um, so Haney going over to Sufa, right? Supposedly, it's to fight Richard Hitchinson, right? Richardson Hitchens. Are they fighting for the Sufa belt
Nah, it's
or
already been determined. Richard Hitchens fighting at 147.
right?
But but
So are they fighting for
now
the Sufa belt or are they fighting for Haney's belt? That
the,
hasn't been discussed.
he's not fighting Devin Haney.
That's the rumors that
Okay,
I'm just saying the rumors.
are you talking about the boy that cried wolf in fucking Richard Hitchens?
Yeah, the one that ran from Oscar Duarte.
Yeah,
That Richard
the one
Hitchens.
that ran with his skirt and his high heels. You expect me
Yes,
to believe that he's gonna now fight a better fighter in Devin Haney than he didn't want to fight Oscar Duarte? Could you say that to me again? Just to
well
try to
here
make me believe it.
here's the thing though.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Here's the thing though.
Yeah.
You're signed
I
to
don't care who
to
you signed to. Devin Haney's not
but
signed to them.
Devin Haney just signed with Sufa,
Oh no, 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 no. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. That
supposedly.
no, 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 no. Listen to me.
Oh, that's part of the free
Remember,
fight deal.
you
Yes,
no, no, you even know this. There's two tiers of
I understand.
Sufa.
Right?
Okay, then Dana Haney is in the tier where he's going to defend his WBC. I mean, because he already has the belt, so it's obvious he's going to that tier.
He's got a WBO,
I mean WBO. I'm sorry, so he's obviously going to that tier, and then
I think.
by Eric Richard Hitchens vacating his belt, he went the Sufa way,
47.
and he went to 47. So I don't think, you know why I don't think they're gonna do that, and they're not gonna fight, because when they tried it with Jayo Pataya, they said they'll never do that again. When they try to put like the Sufa champion in a title fight, the Alphabet Boys didn't accept it. He's
Okay,
not gonna
so
fight Devin
is
Haney, because Devin Haney's side would be, if the rumor's true, he would be signed under SUFA under the promotional rights.
okay, so
But
what is
Devin Haney won't be competing for the SUFA belt. They're in the
okay,
two
so
different brackets.
what is Richard Hitchens? Is he signed to tier 1 or tier 2?
He's got to be signed to tier 1 because he gave up his shot. He gave up his belt and he moved up to 147.
Right, but that it doesn't mean he can't fight for the belts at 47.
No, not if you're signed to tier 1. You can't.
True. Well,
Yeah, no, nope. Dana told you with the Jayo Pataya situation that will never happen again. We do not acknowledge the Alphabet Boys when you compete for the Sufa belt. He made the video. He made it clear. So now I guess the only argument would be, is Richard Hitchison signed to side 1 or what is he playing? Is he playing a
or
balancing act?
or
Or they letting him pick at the end? I'm
I
not sure
think
business works that way.
well, what if they left an open ended contract where you could
I'm
fight
not
for
sure
Sufa
business. I think
and
we would be like making shit up at this point.
no, I'm saying
Online.
that's what I'm saying. What if? What if he signed? Okay, perfect example.
I think
Edgar.
as an organization, before I sign my contract with you, you got to let me know which
Okay,
direction you're going. When
well
you
here.
think just to right?
No.
No,
Here's
because
why.
no. Okay, from frontline, hold up. The reason why I say that, and you're saying no, the reason why I say that is because Edgar Berlanga told us you're in a totally different tax bracket. Tier 2 gets paid different than
Okay, but
tier 1.
okay, so here's the thing. Edgar Belanga made it clear that he's fighting at 168. He's not moving up or down in weight, right? That being said, that means that he can
He's tier
only
2.
correct, he can only fight for the alphabet belts.
Exactly. He cannot
Now,
compete for the Sufa belt.
correct. Now,
Correct. Okay.
now, hold on. Richardson Hitchens is fighting at 147, which there's a weight class in Sufa
and there's also a weight class in the alphabet belts. So, what I'm saying is, what if Dana gave Hitchens the option where at 147 he can fight for the Sufa belt, and on the same token, if the opportunity arises, he can fight for the alphabet belts as well.
Yo, check this out, right?
I'm just saying, what
For
if?
as much as I want to disagree with you right now, you're right. You're fucking right. He can be in tier 2 under the 147 and still compete against Devin Haney if that's what you're
Yes.
asking. Yes. But now that's what I would have to know. Now I went under and I was wrong. I went under the fact that just because he vacated his belt, it meant that he was in tier 1. But you're right. If he vacated a 135, he could still step into tier 2 under 147. Why not?
Right.
So I might have been wrong by assuming that by him vacating the belt, yeah, because I didn't see the other option until we started talking it through. So yeah, he could vacate the belt and still go to tier 2. Yeah, and still fight Devin Haney.
And
But
still fight on Sufa at 147 for the Sufa belt too. So he's got,
no, now you
yes.
went too far.
Whoa, whoa,
You
whoa, whoa,
lost
whoa,
me
whoa.
there.
Time out. No, 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 no,
You
no,
can't fight
no.
for the Sufa belt and Devin's belt. That's already been established.
No, you're mistaken when I'm saying
What do you
again.
mean?
Because he can fight Devin for the WBO, right?
Okay.
Let's hypothetically say he beats Haney and becomes the WBO champion at 147.
No.
That fight is done. He can still fight for the Sufa belt while being the WBO champion
No.
as long, hold on, as long as the WBO is not sanctioning it. So hold on. So as WBO champion, I mean, I'm sure there's rules in the sanctioning bodies. I know that.
The second that he alerts the WBO that he's going to be competing for the SUFA, the WBO will strip him. There's no scenario that you're going to convince me that any of the alphabet boys are going to give life to the SUFA belt. We're just going right back to the Jayo Pataya situation. They've already talked about this. They already understand why. The IBF even got paid sanctioning fees, right? Because they were under the impression only their belt was going to be in. Sufa tried to hit him with a curveball. And until Sufa said, yeah, our belt would be on the line, then the IBF pulled out. Same thing that's going to happen with the WBO. You would just be wasting your time. Richard Hitchens went out and got the WBO world title, went back to Sufa and thought just because he had a belt, you're just Jayo Pataya. We've already been there. They're going to strip you of that belt. You will never make it to the fight with the WBO competing for your Zufa.
So you're telling me that as a WBO, WBA, WBC, or IBF champion, you can't take a fight and not represent the alphabet belts to go fight for a non-disclosed belt.
Yes, you can. All you have to do is put it in writing, and they will not sanction the fight.
They just won't sanction the
Yes,
fight, though. That's
yes,
it.
they won't sanction the fight, and the Zufa belt will be on the line.
So,
Then
so based on what you just said, it is possible that you can have the WBO, WBA, WBC, or IBF with proper notice and also be the SUFA champion,
okay, now check this.
based on what you just
Okay,
said.
now check this out. What happens is it's gonna go boil down to the fact that Sufa in the first place is not a world title. It's gonna go down to what they're gonna say. It's not a world championship. It's a world title. They're gonna say that Sufa's belt is like an award. It would be then presented almost sort of like a Ring magazine belt. It has no backing by sanctioning bodies. You don't pay sanctioning fees to it. And it's just like a belt that achieved, that says that you were able to accomplish something else over here. It would be like winning the IBO. The IBO is present, it's there, it's just not a world title. You understand? So that's what the Sufa belt would be. If you're trying to be slick, Frontline, which he's coming back into the building, he's here. If Frontline is trying to be, I think he got a phone call, and think that you can get the Sufa belt first or the other belt first, then say you're not going to fight for the WBO, then go ahead and win the Sufa. Then you have both of them. That still doesn't give life to the Sufa. It still doesn't make it a world champion. So that would be for nothing. Because that would be the same thing that Marvelous Hagler tried to do. And they never gave him credit for the WBO, now do they? They don't give Larry Holm credit for the WBO. Mike Tyson didn't need the WBO to be undisputed world champion, but it was there. It was there. It was present. The IBO is here. It is present. Actually, champions have this belt. Is it considered a world championship? No. That's exactly what your Sufa belt is going to be until it makes its way. Until Sufa's champions prove to the boxing world that they are the best champions, that the best champions in the world come from Sufa. Until we get to that mark or that point in history, well, it hasn't happened yet. And as far as you going to get the WBO, then telling the WBO, don't sanction this fight. I'm going to fight this night for the Super belt. Wake up the next day with both belts and think that what? You woke up the next day still the WBO champion. That's it. That's all you have. As far as boxing goes, what the fuck is that hubcap on your other shoulder? Put down the WBO belt and walk into that fucking bar with that Sufa belt. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're going to get laughed right out of there by real fighting fans. It just doesn't have the credibility. Now, that's just like, all right, when we talk about fighters, right? You want to know what is and what isn't. I apologize for nothing right now. Okay? I apologize for nothing. I'm just speaking facts. And if I offend anybody, oh well. When I'm going to talk about fighters, let's pull some of the best popular non-title fighters today that they're trying to feed to you that are like the next best thing, right? Okay. Well, Dubois, Warley, Ben Whitaker. Ben Whitaker, right? If you look at Ben Whitaker right now, even I told you guys, right? Watch out for that guy. He could beat these guys to a world title fight. He looked okay against the guy that he knocked out. And I don't like to throw shade on any fighter. I I I do and I don't. But if I was being honest, which I am right now, and you were to ask me, yo, Edwin, break down Ben Whitaker. He's, the truth is, the truth is, he has a lot of problems, Ben Whitaker. He's flashy, he's fast, but here's Ben Whitaker's problems. He has big flaws. He can't fight going to the right. He can't fight going to the right at all. When the guy pinned him against the rope, he even bent down awkward. His speed and everything that we saw, remember that was the first round. He took a dip in his speed in the first round. Ben Whitaker, his defense is highly questionable. on the inside. It's questionable. He's good evading with his defense. He's good. He's better going away. Um uh there's a couple more things, but I don't really want to like turn into them. But I just want to alert you to like real boxing, real fighting, right? And Ben Whitaker, although he's flashy, he's a good star for the Brits. Watch who you put him in with for right now. He needs a lot of work. He does. I like what he did, and I'm always gonna support boxing. Ben Whitaker, they talked about the head, the just shot behind the head, and I was a little critical on that, but I also
Oh
said
shit,
he got the job done. He got it done.
Edwin, my
Yeah.
bad. I don't mean to cut you off, but speaking of UK fighters, shout out to what's his name? What was his name? 29-year-old boxer forced to retire after brain bleed.
Oh.
Shout out.
Hey,
It's
yo,
an
can you read that article?
I'm gonna read it right now. Irish boxer Glenn Byrne
Burn.
has announced the end of his career at just 29 years old after suffering a brain bleed in his recent defeat to William Crolla earlier this month. Before I continue reading, guys, I don't watch UK fighting at all. But when this came to my attention, I went and looked up the fight. Y'all got to see this fight. That brain injury would have never occurred. I blame that shit on the fucking
That's
ref.
the brutalizing thing of sports, man. Yo, he got dropped like 3 times.
So William Crolla is Eddie Hearn's guy.
Yes,
He got dropped 4 times
4 times.
prior to knocking out Burn and causing the brain injury. Not to mention all the rabbit punches that were
I think that's what did it. Did you
so
see the amount of rabbit punches that were the ref, and he deducted no points.
he gave him about 100 warnings,
A
but
hundred
no.
warnings, like don't do it again, don't do it again. And they just kept doing it, bro.
But I want you guys that are tuning in, look up that fight. It's Glenn Byrne,
Yo,
Byrne.
Frontline, you do know that he suffered a massive brain aneurysm, right?
Yes.
He's
So
never gonna
check it.
fight again.
No, check it. Byrne, who held a seven wins, one loss,
7 wins, Jesus
one
Christ.
one loss, one draw, one knockout, was stretched out of the ring following a dramatic knockout on April 3rd in Cheshire, England. The bout had been back and forth contest with Crolla dropped 4 times before landing a decisive overhand left that abruptly ended the fight and ultimately Burns' career. In
Wow.
a statement shared on social media, Byrne confirmed that he is no longer medically cleared to compete after doctors identified a bleed on his brain. While describing himself as devastated, he acknowledged that the outcome could have been far worse and expressed gratitude for still being in good health. Turning professional less than 2 years ago, Byrne reflected positively on his time in the sport, highlighting appearances at major venues including Dublin's Three Arena, Belfast SSE Arena, and National Stadium in Dublin. He credited his team and family, particularly his brother and manager, for supporting his journey. Support quickly followed from across the boxing community, including Croya, who praised Byrne and wished him well for the future. The credit goes to Irish boxing.
Yo, listen. Wow, he kind of started his career kind of late then. If he started 200 years ago, he's 29. What, he started at 27?
27. Yeah, that it
Damn.
just goes to show you it's never too late to start your
Yeah, he's kind of
dreams.
started late, but yo, listen,
Yo, that
I don't
fight,
know what I don't know how to view it. Cause if you would have stopped the fight for the guy that got dropped so many times, he wouldn't have won the fight and knocked the guy out. Type shit. You know what I'm
correct.
saying?
But then
So,
again, if you look at it in its entirety,
and if you would have stopped the fight, he would have never landed that punch that did that to him. If you would have called the
and
fight right,
and he would have never landed all those rabbit punches that could
neither,
have been the
neither.
cause
Yeah, if you
of
would have called the fight when you were supposed to call it right, and we would have never got to that point. Okay. Um, Look, man. Boxing's a brutal sport. It's a contact sport. I've seen a lot of foul plays in boxing. I've seen guys get put in situations where they were hyped up, yo, get in there, and actually they were just there to get brutalized by the other guy. And the ref was told not to stop the fight so that the brutality can look good for their guy when they, go into the next fight type shit. So they want to get a real tomato can and have you beat on him. I know a lot of guys that lost their careers in sparring. In sparring, they left their careers in sparring matches. Their best fights were in sparring, and they didn't have nothing left when it came to fight night. I've seen that.
that's crazy.
You just got to someone's got to protect you, look out for you in the boxing world. You got to have somebody in your corner with you that'll throw in the towel, that will notice certain things. Now, this fight right here reminds me of a fight that just took place in female boxing where Shadeja Green, didn't she just suffer a brain bleed?
She got a brain bleed too. Chicago said, "Where's the link, guys?"
Yo, listen, I think that I heard her on the boxing voice. I think her mother had dropped like a text or something and say that Shadesha just wanted to wish all the fans, thank you for your support, but that she'll be back. And I was like,
No, no,
I don't
no.
think so. I don't think so. I don't think you'll get approved, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I think your career just might be over, honey.
Hey, I'm just
Yeah.
someone says Sufa is planning a card in California out of the Apex arena. Sufa
Yeah.
promotion. We'll
Yeah.
see. He also says, so you saying there's a chance? Bull
So
Rider says, get that belt out of my face. Nacho Libre voice. Takeover Thursday. Salute. He says prayers, speedy recovery for the warrior. You know what though? To be honest, Shadesha Green, um, if I was a close, and I mean close family member, I wouldn't even allow her to think
about fighting again.
about getting into
That
sparring
was my
into
daughter.
anything.
Mm-mm.
And you know what though? You know who had that problem
Honey, you
too?
can coach, you can train, you can be a referee or a judge, but what you can't do is jump in that ring again. That is
Yo, you
it.
know you know who else was like that? Fucking
Oh,
what's his name?
Chicago Kill. The link is there.
Pedraza. Pedraza, he doesn't have nobody on his side to tell him, yo, enough is enough. You've accomplished what you accomplished. At this point, you're making a fool out of your career.
Yeah,
That's it. He's not hurting financially. He made good investments in Puerto Rico with a couple businesses and houses and shit like that he's renting out and shit. He's got, you know, income coming in at all times. Might not be the greatest income,
but he's got a good life.
but he's got a good life. And plus the money he put away from
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah.
Um, that being said, I mean a lot of these boxers are very fortunate that they can make it to a certain part in their career where they made it without injuries and whatever. But that fight that I'm talking about, It's Burn versus Crolla,
Hmm.
Crolla. Y'all gotta look it up. Y'all gotta watch that shit so you can see exactly what I'm talking. It was a banger too. It was a good fight back and forth. And now, mind you, Burn had 7 fights, only one knockout, and he knocked this dude down 4 times in the fight, which I believe should have been stopped earlier.
Mm.
But whatever.
Mm. Yo, it reminds me, right? I was sitting here thinking about all this dumb shit I've been a part of or witnessed or heard of or whatever, right? And we were talking about that Whitney Houston shit, right? There was another dude, a little dude in the projects adjacent to our projects, right? Like he was from I think he was from Humble or Mattapan. I forget. It was so long ago. I'm talking this is like dudes, guys, this is like fucking
80 years ago?
nah, bro. It's like 30 years ago. This shit is crazy, right? Remember the dude that stabbed Paul Pierce with the bottle on that boat shit? They got these trips anybody can take, me, you, I, whatever. And sometimes like basketball stars or whatever will go on the boat. What it does is it circles the harbor. Like you and your wife will have a romantic dinner. It has 2 floors on the boat. And you get on it and like, I've done this a few times with my girls, you know. There's a couple girls I took on dates on these boats, okay? So, it's just
You
romantic
had to
shit.
clarify that. You had to clarify that.
Chill, chill, chill. So,
Yo, you drinking root beer today or no? No root beer.
yes, yes, and I'm slipping bad right. Okay. So, on the boats. So anyway, right? So I guess the beef originated in one of those things and it went left real fast, like real fast. And the crazy thing is the dude's name was never Star. His name was never Star. He got the name Star because of him being arrested for stabbing Paul Pierce with the broken bottle and shit. And what happened was, from what was said, that Paul Pierce had no respect. He was just a basketball player with money. That whatever girl he saw, he didn't care if you told him, "Yo, that's my girl or my wife." After you told him that, 2 minutes later, he was back on her, type shit. So, I guess, I don't remember Star's name before, but I can guarantee you his name was not Star. And they had said that Star was somebody. He was somebody in the hood, and he broke the bottle, pa, and he was like, "Man, fuck you, Paul Pierce." Boom, and Paul Pierce just got to the Celtics. I remember he was only there for like not even too long, and then all of a sudden I saw him on the Boston News, and they had homeboy on a picture, but now Star's brother, his brother is the one that was in the hood with us and shit, and then his family, and then the entire neighborhood called him Star because he was on TV for stabbing Paul Pierce and shit, and that's how he got the name Star and shit. It's just like all these shits that like I'm thinking back like, yeah, I remember this, I remember that and shit. Like, I could remember some of these hood tales that went around in the neighborhoods and shit. And but Star was like he was big. I mean, he was all over TMZ. He was fucking they had that story when he stabbed Paul Pierce with that. I'm pretty sure you guys know about this, right? When he stabbed Paul, he got time for that. They put him in jail for that for a long time. I don't remember, like I said, this is a long time ago. But that's some of the things that happen and shit out my way and shit. And I just remember these things and shit. There's a whole bunch of shit, man. Fucking
Hey,
Boston City Lights.
I I agree with Bull Rider's statement. He says that excessive rabbit punching is the fault of the refs. No action. Just check out Subriel's last fight.
Guys, okay. Do you think that the guys, you know how in the NFL they have that double helmet rule where that it's an option as a lineman,
The
you
big
can
helmet,
put on the practice helmet that foam thing.
the retard helmet.
Yeah, and that is actually, don't say that again. And that is actually better protection for the guys that don't want to suffer, on concussions. They got a long game and they got a game next Sunday and they got a game next Sunday. So they opt like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna think about my health. So do you guys think you guys know how like it is in Roman wrestling? In rolling like AAA college wrestling. What do they have? They got the earmuffs that they put right here with the chin strap.
Yeah, that's so they won't get the cauliflower ears though.
Exactly. Exactly my point. They put that on so they don't rub their ear and pressure against the mat, which builds friction, which brings a callus. That's what a cauliflower ear is an actual callus like you get on your knuckles when you bench or you play handball because there's contact. That's how you build that. So I'm saying professional boxers can get a pad that goes here, strap around the ear, go just right under the thing to hold it in place for rabbit punches.
Yeah,
And
but that's the same as the fucking sparring.
We implement new equipment for pro boxing to protect the fighters. What do you guys
They're
think?
gonna wear they're gonna wear a sparring helmet.
No,
No, no,
no,
no, no. What he's saying is a little strap on that. I mean, damn, pause. It's a little thing that goes on the backside of your head to protect you
right here only.
from
Nah,
the rabbit
man.
punches.
No, I
Like
don't think so.
like that. And that
That'd be
you could
weird.
it would, how they have in wrestling, they got the shit for the
Yeah.
ears, right? This one would be like a pad that covers the back of your head only, right? And that you wear it. And then you went and turned around and said, like a headgear, okay, for Chicago Kills. First of all, um, do you even know what a headgear is for?
What in sparring with boxing?
Yes.
So you don't get busted up,
No. Who
broken
told you
nose,
that lie?
eyes. I don't know. I would imagine that the headgears protect you, so you don't get busted up, cut
Whoa, whoa,
up
whoa,
before
whoa,
the
whoa, wait, wait,
fight.
wait, 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 wait. Stop, 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 stop. What the fuck does headgear protect you from? What
I
do
don't
you
know, but the last time I put headgear on,
okay?
that shit
I'm not
hurts more
sure
than
if you
being hit
guys ever
without.
fought. I'm not sure if you guys ever boxed in a real boxing gym, but headgear was never designed to protect your face. It was never designed to take away the punch. Whatever punch you take in your face with headgear is the way you're probably going to feel it in a regular punch. The only thing that you're fighting with 16-ounce gloves. That's it. What headgear was designed for, so that you make ridiculous movement. They put these two things on the side of the headgear like this so that you swerve. The headgear is made bigger so that you make an exaggerated movement. If you can dodge a punch with headgear on fight night, you can dodge an 8-ounce glove. It's only designed so that you move. It was never designed to block punches, to take away. They later implemented the bitch bar and they put a metal plate to protect your nose because guys were getting their noses and their eyes busted open in sparring. So if what you're saying is true, they should have never got their nose or their eyes busted. But that's not what headgear was designed for. It's to move your head so that you go like this, like that, and you avoid a punch. It's a technique. It's used as an equipment for a technique. And a lot of people from the outside that view boxing, that've never boxed, that's how you can tell. They think it's for protection. Headgear was never designed for protection. You learned that from your coach when he puts it on. He goes, go like this, and you go, why? That's what the fucking headgear is for. So you make it an exaggerated movement to go like that. That's how I
Hey,
know
did
if anybody's ever been in a boxing gym.
Edwin Takeover says Spoiler and Dalton's going to be a battle of headbutts and rabbit punch and clinching. Listen, did you catch the hearing with Oscar De La Hoya, Nico Ali Wash over the
Yeah,
Aliyah?
yeah. A lot of people took that other two different ways. They were like, look at this fucking promoter, Oscar De La Hoya. He has like 7 fighters accusing him of stealing money, but he's up here trying to be like the savior of boxing. You know what I'm saying? But maybe Oscar got older in life and he's turning a new leaf. He's obviously talking to keep the Ali act alive to give more transparency to the fighter. Now, it's kind of weird coming from a fighter like Oscar De La Hoya, where you've been accused by who? Saul Canelo Alvarez, Virgil Ortiz, and I mean, brother, the list goes on. There are like 8, 9 reported events where Oscar De La Hoya was accused of stealing money from a fighter. And that's the guy at the forefront talking about keeping the Muhammad Ali act alive. So you have at it. You have at it. Is Oscar De La Hoya our savior, or is he just looking to save face?
I got the article if you want me to read it. But yo, Chicago Kill, what up?
Chicago, where the hell will he go? Chicago, you there?
I don't know. But hey, look, check it out, right? The whatchamacallit, the article. Oscar De La Hoya and Nico Ali Wash have publicly
Stop, stop.
voiced.
Wait. Stop, stop. There's no weights in headgears, so you're the
Just
in
just
headgear,
just
just
padding.
padding.
Therefore,
Therefore,
your
your
theory is
theory is
BS.
BS. Stop, bull rider. Uh, okay. Tell me anybody on planet Earth, any real main coach besides what you're thinking, like if there's weights in your head. No, I'm not sure, bull rider, for real, if you ever boxed. My father comes from a boxing gym. I come from a long line of fighters. It was explained to me what the gear that you use to fight, the cup, everything. Headgear was designed in the beginning for you to move your head, not to build strength with weights. It was just put in place so that if you could slip a punch, your movement would be exaggerated. So on fight night, you would slip that much more. If you were look up the history of headgear, I'm confident in the fact that I know what it's going to say. I know what headgear was designed for. I know what people thought it was for in the gym, like you, bull rider. What you think it's for, to protect your cheeks, to protect, it was never meant for that. I'm telling you right now, every time I put on headgear and a person punched me, I felt that shit. The headgear really didn't take away anything. In fact, if I block a punch with my glove and the headgear, I still feel the punch. It
Well,
doesn't.
I can see where he got that statement from is because if you Google headgear, it'll tell you exactly the opposite of what you're saying. Well, if you ask Google, it'll tell you
What
boxing
is
headgear primarily serves to reduce the incidence of superficial injuries
for
such as cuts.
marketing? For marketing, yeah, it'll probably say that for marketing. It'll probably say that for like because the whole world basically adapted that that's what it's for. Like everybody, and then I guess headgear manufacturers, they started like saying, well, let's improve on the headgear. Let's make it more padding. Let's add the bitch bar. Like I said, they started adding things to it. To now they started making it like with the gel and shit to take away impact. Now it's almost designed to do what you thought it did the entire time. But what headgear was originally made for, the original headgear was made for so that you put it on and you made exaggerated movements and the punches slipped. We used to coat them in Vaseline and you would slip. It would slip like this. That is exactly what headgear is for. And then later, like, they just couldn't fight it. The manufacturers were like, well, yeah, it is designed to protect your face. Add more padding. And throughout the years, they added that bar. They added more things to protect your face because they were like, wait a minute. Yeah, it protects your face, but that's not what it was made for.
I
I'm
think,
just
I
telling
think,
you.
I think. Now, don't quote me on it. It could be for the movement. That's one.
No, it
So,
is.
and also, like Bull Rider says, it can protect you from accidental headbutts as well.
Now, today's and like about, I would say the last, I would say the last 18 years, maybe a little less, they really started investing in the newer headgears where that they started you started seeing the headgears come out with a lot of padding, a lot. And then the designs got started getting different. You know, you started seeing that they were actually thinking about the fighter. You know what I'm saying? They were thinking about the fighter. But you got to remember back in the day, not even in the amateur fights, they fought with headgear. In the Olympics back in the day, there was no headgear in the Olympics. There was no headgear. Why would you put on something that you used to train for movement in a fight? So they didn't allow headgear. Then all of a sudden, a bunch of mothers that were taking their kids to gyms put on the equipment so you don't get hurt. And somebody must have been like an eureka moment. Aha. We actually made something that actually we could turn it into something else. That's the headgear. But I'm telling you the history of headgear, the real reason why it was made. The real reason why a headgear was made is just so that you can slip. If you could slip with a much bigger and they take that off, you can slip better. It was a piece of equipment that was designed to help you. And then throughout the courses of the years, they started saying, like parents, they were like, no, I don't want my son to fight unless he puts on the headgear. And the coach is looking at him like, he don't got time to explain to the parent, this does nothing for your son. This doesn't take the impact. You know what this is? It's a piece of equipment we use to. No, my son will not fight unless he has the headgear thing on. Because that's what it looks like. It looks fat, it looks puffy. It must block some of the power. And then all of a sudden, I think they invented something that became something later. But the good headgears, the ones with the things like this, the real fat ones, boy, when you slip with those, you put Vaseline on it. You take the headgear, you put Vaseline right here, right here, right here. Yo, those punches slip like that. You be like, shoo, 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 shoo. You know what I'm saying? And you go on the inside and you move your head around. And you can feel it. You can feel it. There's no weights in it. It's not like a fucking aerobics fucking exercise. No. When the guy throws that 16-ounce punch to your face that's this big and you move out of the way on fight night, when he throws that 8-ounce punch and you don't got no headgear and your face is this small, what do you think's going to happen? Slip. My time to shine. Boom. That's what a headgear is used for. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I come from a gym, a long line of fighters, bro. There's a lot of misconceptions in boxing. A lot. I'm just letting you guys know. I don't listen, man. I'm just trying to keep it funky, man. The American will tell you whatever to sell you a product. They're gonna tell you, no, this headgear is designed to. I know what they're gonna say today. I'm just telling you what it was, what it really was meant for. If you want to not believe me, go ahead, have at it, man. Do whatever.
Ryan said headgear is for protection round one.
No,
Oh
it's
my
not,
God.
bro. Listen,
Bull Rider
nowadays,
says 420 is not your friend round one.
yeah, listen, brother. Nowadays, it's more geared to protect you. Yes, nowadays, right? Because, like I said, there's been a lot of parents that won't sign their kid up unless they're wearing that fucking headgear. But a lot of coaches had to be quiet. And then a lot of kids like Bull Rider had to grow up believing that headgear was for like to protect you from punches. It gave you courage. Look, we're going to put the headgear on you. You'll be safe to throw punches. But if you actually fought and if you actually got in the gym and you actually took a punch to the face, you would know that headgear does nothing for you.
Hey, two things. I'm gonna read Ryan first, and then I'm gonna read what Tevi just
That
said.
shit don't do not. Yo, that dude hit you, pow. You be
Ra-
like,
Round one, please go to something else. You sound cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo
all
for Cocoa Puffs. Te-
right.
Tev says, never mind, I was wrong. Studies show that headgear does not protect you from brain damage. My trainer lied to me. LOL.
All right.
Hey,
If
check
you
this shit
if
out though. Real quick. Let
if
me
you
get you that
guys, if I swear to God, if you swear to God, right now, if I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and you guys want to challenge me and they always yell at me for Googling shit, yo, Frontline, do me a favor.
I
Google
just did.
the history of heck, no, the history, the original and what it was designed and made for. See if they tell the truth.
Okay, hold
Tell
on.
me if they
Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
yes, and read it and I'll put it up. Bro, me pico
His
el bicho. Bro,
history of boxing headgear. Boxing headgear originated in 1917, championed by Jack Dempsey. While initially developed to prevent cuts and bruises, it became mandatory in amateur boxing in 1984. Following safety concerns, modern, more protective, and cushioned designs are now largely reserved
now largely reserved.
for sparring and amateur, especially
Right.
women's competition. Um, 1917, the beginning. Jack Dempsey requested a protective headguard from a local sporting goods manufacturer, Jacob Golomb, to survive 15 rounds of training. This led to more
Training.
durable.
It was training.
Right. This led to more durable leather-based training gear. In 1984, Olympic
The
mandate.
wait a minute, wait a minute. I know they trying to like kill it, right? Like kill what it was like for, right? Remember the one that he made, the one that Jack Dempsey had and made and everything, didn't had no padding. Remember the ones that they had back then, they had it looked kind of like a football fucking one, right? And it was thin. It was thin. The only place that had an awkward shape was in the ears. Was in the ears. It had these big ear things like this, and it had these two bars that went like that. And that, my friend, was the distance so that you slipped in the punch. Then now they can try to like cover this all up to sell headgears now because like I said, in the last 18 years or so, headgears changed their identity to being something that now they're using to protect the athlete. Like I said, that styrofoam thing. But what it originally was designed for was to help movement. If you put on one of those things like this, you can move. Now, like I said, they made something and it became something else.
All right, so here it goes. In early gloves and hand wraps in ancient Greece, this was before boxing gloves and anything. It says boxing was a popular sport and fighters used leather thongs known as himantes to protect their hands and wrists. These wraps offered minimal protection, but there were precursors to modern hand wraps and gloves. The Roman Empire introduced the cestus, the more brutal version of himantes, often enabled. Hold on. Let me start from the beginning. The evolution of boxing equipment is has been equally fascinating, reflecting changes in technology, safety standards, and
Changes,
the
a lot of changes have been
and the
implemented.
sport itself. The article explores the historical development of boxing gear from its early beginnings to the modern innovation seen today. Ancient beginnings, the origin of boxing can be tracked back to ancient civilization. The earliest evidence of boxing dates back to the third millennium BCE in Sumner,
Okay, for
modern
instance,
day Iraq, where the
okay,
relief.
for instance, right now, check this out. Look at how far boxing equipment has evolved, even from my father's time, right? Like I'm saying, I understand what headgear is now. Headgear now is to protect you from like, punches, some punches and cuts and breaking your nose. They got the bar now. Now they're more catered to protecting you from getting damaged. Now, the equipment that they used to make back then, right? Check this out. Look at the equipment that they used to make back then. Check this out. Watch this.
All right, while you go get that, Edwin, I'm gonna read. Round one is going back to the 1800s, says Bull Rider.
Nah, nah, nah. 1800 to my father's day.
Mr.
Look,
Bob,
look, wait, stop, stop. Look at my dad's gloves. Those are his workout gloves. That's what he hit the bag. Those are illegal today. You couldn't use that shit today. Back then, they used to use metal cups, aluminum cups. Some fighters still use them. Your cups weren't plastic, they were aluminum. Their headgear wasn't like it is today. I'm trying to tell you, whether or not you know any coaches that know the real history of why we used to use headgear, that some of that shit got lost. It got lost. And I'm telling you, with all those mothers that came in and said, my son's not getting in the ring unless you put that helmet thing on him.
hey Edwin. All right, let's forget the headgear. Mr. Bob
I'm
here's
just,
got he's got some bad news for you.
why?
Bad news for round uno. Junto's looking sharp, fast, and big in his mitt work video on Oregon. His punches sound like gunshots, too, compared to Inoue's. Round one gonna crash out to the ceiling on May 2nd. Crying emoji. Ryan says round one is going crazy. Laughing emoji. Miguel says, what you start frontline?
Yo, you guys think I'm bullshitting, bro. All right. Y'all think I'm
Yo,
bullshitting.
no, you gotta show Inoue, Ottaway. You gotta show Ottaway first, so they can see where Inoue gets his.
I'll show Ottaway later, bro.
Now
Nah,
you gotta show Ottaway first.
nah. His name is not Ottaway. His name is fucking Ain't No Way. Hey
That's what Junto's gonna.
yo, hey yo, hey
That's
yo,
what
hey
he's gonna
yo.
be caught after Junto gets his ass in there and knocks
Yo,
him the fuck out.
yeah.
He's
I know,
gonna be
I know.
like,
I know, I know,
"Get
I know.
out the way."
I know. It sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds good.
Not,
You think
oh yeah,
you
out the
think I'm
way.
fucking scared of your boy Junto, bro? You think I'm scared of Junto Nakatani? Here we're gonna be taking a look of Naoya Inoue's little bit of warm up to the preparation and preparing for the Junto Nakatoni showdown and May 2nd in Tokyo Arena Dome. Check it out. Look at Naoya anyway. My man said Junto's looking big and strong. Okay, okay. This boy's lightning. What? Would you like me to slow that down for you? Jesus Christ. What? My boy is punching.
All right, now look up Junto. Come on. No. Fuck that. We gotta compare. We gotta be fair here, Edwin.
Hold on. Okay. Hold up. Look at this. Whoa! Oh my God. Candela. Now look, let's check out a fighter that just came out of Japan. His name is Ain't No Way. Right? Let's check out my man here. This is Ain't No Way. Don't get him confused with Naoya Inoue. Look at his footwork. Look at the combinations. Look at the coordination. Look at this. The position. Look. Watch the speed. Oh, he letting loose now. He letting loose. Watch the footwork. Oh. Oh, look at the bounce. This is Japan's finest. Ain't No Way.
Boy, yo, look at the back of the trainer. Look at the back of the trainer's shirt. When you see it, I want you to tell me what it says. Right
it says
there.
Inoue. Naoya Inoue.
That's who's training Inoue.
Nah, bro. They try to show respect. They try to show Inoue the next new up and coming star. This is Junto. This is Junto Nakatani. Training right here for the Inoue fight.
Hey, guys, that's Inoue's training camp. Good luck. Nakatani's about to knock him the fuck out.
Look at Junto training for the Inoue fight. Yeah. That's crazy.
Se jodió Inoue. Se jodió.
Look at him.
All right. No, hold on. We got to be fair here. Fair. Pull up exactly what Mr. Bob said.
What?
Pull up Nakatani's training video now.
Who's Nakatani? I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know that guy.
Yo, Mr. Bob, he said, bad news for round uno.
All right, we'll pull it up.
Junto's looking sharp, fast, and big in his mitt work video on Orcon. His punches sound like gunshots. I'll tell you one thing. Fucking
22s, they sound like 22s.
Inoue sounded like a cap gun.
Right. Yeah.
It sounded like that little bullshit Nerf gun you got in there. You know when you hit the Nerf gun and it sticks to the wall.
No,
that's what it sounded like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It sounded.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see.
It's over.
Let's see.
Now, Oya out the way.
Listen. That was Ain't No Way. Ain't no way this dude. Look at. Is this your boy Junto right here? This is a training video.
Oh my God.
Stop
you
it.
Hear that? That sounds like a 12 gauge shotgun right there.
Oh my God, you're exaggerating. He barely put any punch to it.
Let me see. Oh my God, that's an AK round right there.
Oh, stop it. It sounds like a BB gun.
Oh, that's a 50 BMG right there.
No, shut the hell up. We barely did anything.
Oh, that one right there was a 300 mag. 300 win mag right there. Is
that what they got their panties in a bunch for? Where's your boy at? Let me see.
Yo, you see the speed on that? And that's just a heavy bag.
What speed?
Yo, you don't even see those those punches landing. Look at that. Look.
Stop. There is nothing special going on here.
Oh my, look at the speed.
Oh, stop it. It looks like he needs a cheeseburger. Feed the boy. He looks like he's dying. Oh
No, he
my
looks in
God.
tip top shape.
Come on, man. Let's.
Look, you keep looking
Whoa,
because
whoa,
you're
whoa,
nervous
whoa, whoa,
now.
whoa,
Now
whoa,
you're
whoa.
nervous.
Is he the one in yellow getting his ass whooped? Oh no, Junto's in black.
Hey, Mr. Bob says, look up the channel called Oricon. Oricon.
What is it called?
Oircon.
Now, what am I looking for?
Look up the video where his training video.
Huh? Bro, that's not
Not
gonna
no
get.
not no short.
It's not gonna give me no. Well, you guys had me type in one word. Was I
Yeah.
supposed to type in
Oh
Junto with that? I was trying to tell you.
no. Oricon.
O-R-I. I got it backwards. That's my dyslexia kicking in. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
I'm just someone says I didn't know Junto so
O-R
tall, looking like an Asian Tommy
O
Hearns.
R.
And you gonna whoop Inoue's ass like Tommy Hearn would.
Okay, once again, where are we? What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Are we not paying attention? What am I looking
Just
for?
go to the channel.
What channel? I don't know. O-I-R.
No, ORI.
Okay, okay.
Too many root beers.
O-R-I, right?
CON.
C-O-N. Gotcha. You're not watching me closely and you're allowing me to tape in, pushing all these things. Frontline, that's your fault. You should have been paying
For
attention.
educational purposes only. Look at that hip movement. Oh my god, when he throws that
Oh,
left, it's
stop
over for
everything he
Inoue.
does. Frontline is exaggerating. Shut up, Frontline.
Oh, he got him side by side even better. Oh my god, look at fucking Inoue stretching like he's swimming.
Yo, you're a hater.
Look at Nakatani. Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
Nakatani's feet look too far apart.
Yeah, that's how he's gonna
Yeah,
catch. He's not gonna let
yeah,
Inoue come in.
yeah. He's not
It's
bending
over for
enough.
Inoue.
Look at
Oh hell
Inoue.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Inoue's
over.
bounce. It's superior. Look at that form, bro.
Look how
Look
easy
at. Did you see
Nakatani's
that
taking it.
jab? How many jabs he threw? 7. Whoa,
Oh
what?
my
Slow that
god.
down. Look at it. Look at Junto's jab. That shit is basic speed. Did you see that? Look at this shit, bro. Is Junto fighting in slow motion?
No, what
Because
Junto's
Naoya
doing.
Inoue's TV is going full speed. Why are they putting his in slow motion? Because he looks
Yeah, nah,
really
Junto's pass.
slow.
See, I'm just someone. He already said it. Junto's passing the that eye test. Fun truck. Look, fun truck. Let's go Nakatani. Oh, oh, look at it. Oh my god. Look. Mm. Come in a way if you want to. Come on. Look at that. 1, 2. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Look, you seen that? You seen that three jabs right there in a row? I didn't. You can even see them. Oh,
Wow.
Nakatani's about to put Inoue down.
I
He
see
might
too
put
many
him to
holes
sleep.
in Nakatani's fighting ability, bro. Too many holes, man.
Off of shadow
All,
boxing, let's
all
see
I
May
see
2nd.
Nakatani, even in shadow boxing, all he's doing is going backwards. He's training going
Yeah.
backwards.
Yes, because he's
Yeah,
preparing
because
for the
he's
pressure.
prepared for going backwards. Look at Naoya Inoue in the same place going forward. You know what I'm saying? Look at him moving, using angles, cutting. Junto's training to go backwards.
Nah.
Man, I already see it. Your boy's about to get his ass whooped.
Mr. Bob said he's fucking scared.
Who, Junto? Yeah, I know.
No, Mr. Bob, he said I'm fucking scared that he's scared. I'm assuming he's an Inoue fan and he's scared because Nakatani's looking that fucking good.
Yeah, right. Hey, yo,
I'm
Mr. Bob,
precisely
don't be
says
scared.
Nakatani
Don't be
is a
scared, bro.
sniper.
Don't be
Anyway, got
scared.
to be
You
careful.
you got a real one, and Naoya Inoue. If you're going for Naoya Inoue, he allows us to speak with our chest. He is the real deal. He is him. Remember,
Look,
Junto's trying to prove to be him. Naoya is already him.
look at what he
You don't
says.
gotta be scared, Mr. Bob, when you
He
got a
said
winner.
he said they had to lower the sound for Nakatani in the side by side video to match Inoue's. Look at Junto's solo video instead.
Stop it. We're not going off sound and how much a guy breathes. Huh, 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 huh. I don't want to hear that. I can see with my eyes.
Look. Oh my God! Look at the position with Nakatani.
Yeah, I can tell he's going to sleep early, night, night. Let's see.
Now,
Let's.
oh, now he got the gloves on. It's over
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. Now they got the gloves on. Now we talking.
Oh my God! Yo, you hear that? Oh my God! Do you hear the pop on those? Oh my! Yo, it's over for Inoue. Oh my God! Look at that! It just sounded like a little firecracker. Inoue sounded like a little fucking firecracker, little cap gun.
How about that, huh? Let him punch though.
Even a weak ass jab. Look at Nakatani. That weak ass jab, that left, that straight left that he's throwing sounds like a. Yo, it's over for Inoue. See, I'm just someone who knows his boxing shit. Some fighters move back to draw you into their kill zone. Example: Abius Griffin, Charlo. Yeah, that southpaw. Yeah, that southpaw shit. Tell him, fun truck. Inoue in deep shit. Oh my God.
I'm
Yo,
just gonna remember all the people that had Junto and all the shit talking that was going around at this table here tonight.
hey, let me tell you something. When Inoue punches, you know those mosquito smackers when you hit them up against the wall. That's how Inoue shit sound. And and then Junto sound like a car backfiring. Blah, bop, 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 bop. I ain't never heard Edwin so quiet. I think
I'm trying to
Edwin's
pay
a little
attention.
bit nervous.
I'm trying to pay attention, man. I'm not even paying attention to what you guys are watching. I am looking at Naoya Inoue and I am looking at his fucking sharpness, man. He is sharp, bro. He is incredibly sharp, man. Jesus, did you see that check hook? Did you see that? Oh my God, lightning candela! Yo, your boy's going to sleep. Night, night.
Look at Inoue looks drained right now. Look. Oh
Yeah,
my
right.
God.
Shut
Look.
the fuck up.
Look. I can't wait till May 2nd. We're gonna get Edwin live with a no, no, no. Oh my God, no, 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 Kevin Hart voice. All right, so what I see is Inoue's heavy bag is a lot smaller than Junto's, and Junto is making his shit move a hell of a lot more than Inoue's. That tells you a lot, Edwin.
Yeah, it tells me that
Inoue
Junto's
is
heavy bag
going
is made
night
out of
night, chit chat.
Junto's heavy bag is made out of fucking feathers and fucking fairy dust. And Naoya Inoue's bag, there's actually two people inside there, two bodies. So he's hitting flesh actually. Yes, I see.
Inoue is going night night.
Yo,
Che
yo,
che.
listen. Let me tell you
Oh,
guys
Cincy,
something.
what up?
Yo, I'm gonna remember all you dudes that said something about Naoya in a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put you guys all together in the hall of shame because you guys doubted my boy. You guys doubted my boy. Oh, where's my camera? Hold up. You guys done doubted my boy, bro. Front line. You see where you done started? You got some fake
Hey,
riled up
I
in
didn't
a way
start shit.
Junto supporters now. You know what I mean? But that's okay. That's
I didn't start
okay.
shit.
That's okay.
See, here's the difference.
What's the difference? What's
You
the
know how you say,
difference?
"Oh, when a Puerto Rican fighter fights, you bet with your heart. Look at the flag." Yeah, I get it. I get it. But outside of a Puerto Rican fighter, because I'm gonna go for a Puerto Rican, win, lose, or draw. I don't give a fuck. But when it comes to actual boxing, I'm telling you, I got the eye for it. Nakatani is gonna lay in a way flat, straight
The
on that
only thing
canvas.
the only thing you got the eye for is to pick a surefire loser because that's all you ever pick. All right. I'm gonna tell you right now, your boy Junto is in a lot of trouble and he's gonna go night night. And I believe in that. Now, as far as you alluding to the fact that I'm picking with my heart here, no, I'm not picking with my heart here at all. This is not that type of fighter. This is the type of fighter that I'm picking that's been proven. It's been proven.
Yo,
Naoya Inoue has proven himself, and the reason why I speak highly of him is because he has accomplished and he's what he has set out to accomplish. He did, and since I read boxing and I gotta go, I'm a little bit of a historian. At least I try to be. And I looked up the super bantamweight division and I realized there has never been a super bantamweight champion that was a unified, undisputed champion with all the belts. So that kind of like said to me, oh shit, there's no man in the world that ever did this. So that can't be easy to do. And in fact, no one has ever replicated it since Naoya Inoue. That's why I pick for this guy. I don't pick with him because he's just winning and I think he's a hype job. No, I think Naoya Inoue is the real deal. And if Junto was to beat him, fine. Junto beats him, right? And he proves that he had Naoya Inoue's number. They came up with a good great game plan. It still doesn't take away from what Naoya Inoue accomplished. It doesn't take away from any of that. Remember,
are
Junto
we already
doesn't.
coming up with excuses
No,
before May
no, no, no,
2nd?
no, no, no. We're coming up with facts. We're only coming up with facts. We
Whoa,
don't
whoa, whoa. You
back
just
up
said
Naoya
if.
anyway.
If
No,
he beats him,
we do not make an scapegoat for any fighter. I'm not making one up for Naoya anyway. I'm just pointing out the real facts. Facts over feelings. Junto doesn't have any belts. Naoya Inoue has the belts. It's not like he's losing to, you know what I'm saying? Like, Junto has to prove himself at this point that he is Japan's. Naoya Inoue is already that. So by him beating him, then he would take the status from Naoya Inoue, right? But it still wouldn't take away from anything Naoya Inoue has ever accomplished. No, that's a done deal. He's already got 8 belts in 1 year, 27 world title fights. This will be the 7th time he's going in to defend all 4 belts. You can't take away nothing. That's just the reality of it. Facts over feelings.
I'm precisely said, Edwin, watch the Boxing Gems breakdown of Inoue versus Nakatani.
Yo, I gotta watch that. Did he make one? Yo, that dude is nice. The boxing gym dude, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's
And
pretty
then Mr.
good.
Bob
I like
says,
him.
Frontline's corrupting our minds. Laughing
He is.
emoji.
Frontline is corrupting your minds.
That's why I
Yes,
started
he
laughing because
is.
he wrote that. I started laughing. That's just funny.
Listen, Frontline is a great used car salesman. That he can do. Okay, he is a bit of a salesman. Okay, and he's gonna.
That's Chicago's job. Chicago
I'm
sells
gonna tell
cars
you
and
right now.
houses.
I'm gonna tell you right now. No, Chicago kills is He's more emotion than anything. He's just more gun ho. You know what I mean? But Frontline is a bit of a shit starter because I know Frontline doesn't even believe half the shit that comes out his mouth, right? But in a way he does. In a way he does
No,
secretly.
I just sound persuasive though.
No, 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 for like there's one thing you will not get away with until the day it happens. Bruce Carrington cannot beat Naoya Inoue.
Of
And
course he can.
until that day happens,
I
right?
can't wait for that day. You know
I'm gonna
why?
prove to you. I'm gonna
You know
prove it.
why?
He's gonna beat your boy, bro. You know
What
what I mean?
happens? What
He's
happens if
gonna beat
Shushu
your
wins?
boy.
What happens if Shushu wins? What happens? What's the
There is
bet?
no happy. Listen.
What
I'm
what's
not
the
gonna.
bet?
I
What's the
don't.
bet?
I don't know a world that's possible. So
What's
I've never
the
even
bet
thought of
though?
that.
What's the bet? When Shushu beats Inoue, Inoue's picture will come down for 30 days
And shoes will
and
go up.
Shushu goes up there.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. But listen, as of right now, I don't think you should be talking about bets when you haven't paid your 25 push-ups that Bull Rider called you out on. You know what I'm saying? I
I don't know what
think,
you're talking about.
yo, Bull Rider, back me up on this one. I think that front line
What
can't
is
be
this?
talking
Tag
about no
team? Are we
bets.
talking boxing or wrestling? Tag team
No,
over
no,
here?
no,
What the
no,
fuck
no,
going
Bull
on
Rider.
here?
Yo, Bull Rider. Yo, front line's trying to get out of this one. No, no lo deje. I think until the public sees Frontline pay his bill, right? Then we can believe in Frontline talking about all this bet and shit and stuff. First, you gotta pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to fucking send out Bull Rider and what's his name? Um 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 not not low nose boxing, but the other one. What's Bull Rider's boy there?
Oh, low key?
Low key. I'm gonna send low key and Bull Rider to break your kneecaps. You know what I'm
Listen, they
saying?
come my way. They better come with vests on and
Yo,
headgear.
listen. We want
So they
that
will get.
25 push-ups. You're gonna have to pay. You're
I
gonna have to
got
pay
you.
for it.
I
Yo,
got you. I'm gonna
Bull
do this.
Rider,
I
facts,
got you.
facts, facts,
I got
facts.
you.
We need that work. Bull Rider, don't let him go. Yeah, yo, see the round one chat. They're gonna call you on it. They're gonna call
They
you on your bullshit. They even call me on my
see
bullshit.
the day that I did it. The day that I did it, what happened was there was a technical difficulty on my cameraman.
No, that's a lie. The cameraman was like, "Get it," and he was like, "Yo, turn the camera off. I only got three in. Turn the camera off."
Yo, I had already did 22, and my cameraman decided to turn the camera on when I had my last three.
What a lie. Notice
I'm
the
just
number? He was
saying.
like at 22. He tried to put it as close. He never even got to 13. Stop lying. Yo, straight liar.
Oh, since he said 25 push-ups is easy, I hit 40 straight this morning and 200 total.
Yeah, but that's
Salute.
you. Oh, Cincy, frontline is not you. All right, frontline, you know what I'm saying? He checked out for a little 25 on live bet that we have. Frontline could not complete the task at hand. In fact, it had two guys. It was embarrassing. There was two guys, Malasa and Frontline, trying to complete 25 push-ups. It took two men to do 25 push-ups.
All right,
Yes.
I am
That,
officially in trouble right now because I was told I don't have a cameraman. It was my wife.
now you're in. Did you just call your wife a cameraman?
Yeah, I called her
Yo,
the camera. I
yo,
didn't
you're
want to. I don't
sleeping
want to
on the
put her out here
couch.
like that.
You're sleeping on the couch.
I
That's
got
it.
shrimp. I'm getting the shrimp service right now.
Yo, listen, Frontline just got stripped from its title. Yo, Frontline.
Yo,
Yo,
since I could do the 25. I'm not worried about that.
yo,
I'm
Sissy, don't let him lie to you. Sissy, don't let him lie to you. Talk about that just because it flow off the tip of his tongue. I could do the
hey yo,
25. If he
hey
could
yo.
do the 25, why didn't he do it? Bull
I got a
Rider.
question. Okay,
Bull
so here
Rider.
I got a question for the chat, and I got a question for you,
If
Edwin,
he could do the
for
25, why
everybody.
didn't he do it?
I got a question for you and for the chat, real quick, and I want to answer this. I want this answered like with all honesty. How in the fuck did we get off Nakatani beating the shit out of Inoue into frontline push-ups?
Yeah, listen.
No,
I
no, no,
mean,
no, no. I want to know from the chat. How in the fuck did we go from Inoue's ass whooping that he's gonna receive from Nakatani on May the 2nd to frontline push-ups?
I'll tell you exactly how. Nakatani was training, and we were thinking about training, and we thought about you not training. That's how we got there. That's how we got there.
Y'all ain't shit.
Yo, I
Look,
got
look.
frontline on the ropes right now. I got
Nah, nah,
frontline
look,
on the
look.
ropes.
Cincy, Cincy and Shay said, put him on the couch. And they said, good question. Yeah, how do we get from Nakatani
And I
getting
just
his
answered it. I just answered it, so he's gonna text
getting
back.
in that
Hey
ass?
yo,
Hey
right
yo,
now I got frontline on the ropes. Give me
after
that
May
goddamn.
2nd,
Give me the
after
25 push-ups. Hey, hey, hey.
look, Mr. Bob got my back. He said round one trying to escape reality.
No,
Hey yo,
guys.
listen, after May 2nd, it's gonna be Naoya out the way instead of Naoya in a way.
No, no, no,
It's
no,
gonna
no,
be
no, no. Oh,
Naoya out the way.
out the way. Yo, check this out. You got jokes, right? But all jokes aside, on May 2nd, we're actually gonna get a definitive answer of who's the real monster. When you're thinking about like nicknames in the professional boxing, a lot of guys are like Lefty McGee or fucking Winky Wright, or you get a nickname. Well, there's two guys fighting on May 2nd actually that are both headlining, and they both have the nickname the Monster. The Japanese monster, Naoya Inoue, and the Mexican monster in David the Monster Benavidez. And for a long time, people have been joking, who's the real monster? Who does it better? And who would have the best performance
Well, here's the real question. May
on that
2nd.
night?
May 2nd. Here's the real question. Who has a tougher opposition? Does
Wait,
Naoya
before we
have
get
the
okay, yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. I understand where you're going with that. Who does Naoya with Junto, or
or
does David the
Benavides
Monster
with Zurdo?
with Zuldo? That's a tough one because the tables are reversed. Okay, Junto's coming in as his challenger. David the Monster Benavidez is coming in that challenger. Zuldo's the champion. It's a
Right,
bit backwards for
right.
the two monsters. You understand? So a bit more tricky for me to break down. But what I was alluding to was who's going to represent the nickname, the monster, the best. Is it going to be David the Monster Benavidez, or is it going to be Naoya Inoue?
So here's the question.
You understand?
If this is a big
Because I think after this night,
if
the
both the
world's going to
monsters
say, will
win,
the real monster stand up?
okay, let's just hypothetically say if both monsters win, Naoya Inoue wins and
It's
David
going to go down
Benavidez
to their
wins.
performance. Yes.
Okay,
Yes. It's going to
okay,
say, it's going to, if they both win, 100%, it's going to go down who did it better. And it's going
got
to,
you.
like, they're just going to go down to if he went 12 and he got the knockout, then he did it better.
And
If they both get knockouts, which one was more violent? They're just going to go to the next thing. It's just going to go to the next thing like that. Um, there is a scenario where both monsters can perform well and the public evenly is split. Like they both represented the name monster well, the nickname. Um, if David flops and Naoya Inoue win, they're gonna call him the real monster. So be prepared for that the next morning. They're gonna they're
here's
gonna
the question.
try to take away
Oh,
David the Monster Benavidez' name, or they're gonna try to take away Naoya Inoue's monster name. If Naoya Inoue loses to Junto and the Mexican monster wins, he becomes the monster. You better believe it.
are we going live? Are we going live for both fights?
You couldn't drag me away from both. Come on, man, stop it.
Well, I know you're definitely going live for the
Yes,
Inoue fight. That
yeah,
I
yeah.
do
And
know.
I'm going, and now we're gonna have two lives that day because there's gonna be a break in between the action. We'll have a morning live. We'll do the Japanese card first, and then the Vegas card will start, I think, at 7 or 6 o'clock. That's when the first prelim card kicks off. Then the main card will probably kick off around 8 o'clock, somewhere around there, 8 o'clock, 8ish, 8:30. And Las Vegas will be all wrapped up before 11 o'clock in Vegas, but it'll be later out here because there's a 3 hour gap. So, but in Vegas, they'll be done with the fights by 11, way, way early than what we accustomed to seeing it. So when you see the fights and you're like yawning at 12 o'clock at night, and you're like, why would people fight this late at night? They're actually not.
No, they actually
No,
are.
because we're a 3 hour difference.
Okay, so what about when they fight in New
Okay,
York?
well, when they fight in New York City, that's different. Their fight, then we would be in the same time zone, and it would be whenever the fight is over. But if
So you're telling me that when they fight in New York, the people in Vegas are saying, "Why are they fighting so late?"
well, if you're watching a fight, let's say you're from the East Coast, you're from New York, and you're watching a Vegas fight, right? For instance, the Naoya Inoue fight. When I watched the Naoya Inoue fight in Vegas, I was done by 10 o'clock, earlier than 10. I was already walking out of the stadium. I was calling back here, and it was like almost 12 something at night. When I was already, the fight was over in Vegas. You know, I was already going to the casino, and it was barely 10 o'clock. So, like, the hours are different. You know what I mean? So you're thinking in
Yeah.
Vegas,
So
they're
if a fight starts over here at 11 o'clock on the East Coast, it's only 8 o'clock in California, Vegas
okay.
area.
That's
3 hour difference.
3 hours. That's 3 hours. So when you're seeing the fight out here at 11, it's 8 o'clock out there.
Yeah, those people are always
You know what
behind,
I'm
huh?
saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're up at 11 o'clock at night out here, and it's only 8 out there. You know what I mean? Once their fights are
So
actually over at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm telling you, it wasn't that late when that Roman Cardenas and Naoya Inoue fight ended. I was like,
so when we get up, so when we get up in the morning to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, people on the East Coast, on the West Coast, are still sleeping.
yes, actually, look, to make like when Ness used to do the show, right? In order for him to film, for us to watch the show at 9 o'clock here, Ness would have to get up at 6 o'clock over there. He would be up at 6 in Las Vegas time. Then he would film from 6 o'clock to like fucking 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the afternoon over there. Over here, we'd be 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning telling Ness, wow, Ness, the morning show really dragged on, huh? Like you're on at 4 o'clock, when in actuality, he's 3 hours behind. It's only 12 o'clock in the afternoon over there. So when you're thinking it's 4, wrapping it up, he's got the rest of the day cleared. Because it hasn't even hit that time yet. See, so it all depends where you're at. Just like when Saul fought in Riyadh with William Skull, that fight was like at 6 in the morning. It was,
Yeah, but that's Far
yeah, but
Eastern
now you're
time.
talking about a 13-hour gap. You're not talking about a 3 hour time slot. You're talking about a 13. From here to Japan, it's depending where you're at, it's a 13, 16 hour fucking time zone thing there. Well, actually, it's 10. It's 16 on a plane, but it's actually like 10 hours in time. In time. So they're like 10 hours in time difference. Yeah. Because when Naoya Inoue is fighting in the morning over here, it's 8 o'clock at night over there. What Naoya Inoue tried to do with Junto in this fight in particular in the Tokyo Arena, they're actually trying to fight at 11 o'clock at night out there so that it would be 11, 10 o'clock in the morning out here so that the American public don't have to wake up so early to support the fight. Because a lot of I don't know why. Oh, you got to get up at 6 in the morning, 7. Man, I wake up at that time every day anyway.
And the new.
So, so what they're trying to do now in Japan is actually fight like at 10:30, 11 o'clock, so that the fight will be streamed in America like 9:30 in the morning, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there.
And we can catch the actual results of
There
and
is
the
no and the
new.
news. Shut up. You're
And the
crazy.
new.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna wrap this up. It's 10 o'clock. But listen, fight fans, this is a big one. We have a big day in May 2nd. We have two monsters, not just one. We have two. And we still haven't gone over the cards. Naoya Inoue's card is favorably Japan fighters, but his kid brother is fighting on that card in the co-main event. There is a belt on the line on that. I think there is, right? So, and then you got the Zerdo and um, David the Monster Benavides fight, and look at who's fighting on the co-main event of that card. Oh yeah, before I forget, Keith Cologne, in fact, and his team. Now I'm not sure if it's been completely confirmed, but just to give you an update on the young man, he's trying to get a fight on the Xander Zayas and Jerron Boots Ennis undercard. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Keith Cologne, now top prospect, which when you enter double digits, now we consider you as a real threat. He's 10 fights, 10 knockouts. Now you can consider Keith Cologne as someone to really keep your eye on. And he's going to be trying to get himself in position, which I think is a very good move if they can secure him a slot on that card. And not just a slot, but somewhere where that, the fans will be in attendance. I hope they can get
I would
him
say as the opener for the card.
for the
For the
main
main
card.
card. Yeah, for the main card.
That would
Fuck
be
yeah.
perfect position for him, actually. That would be a perfect slot. In a good world, I'm not sure if he can get that slot. I'm not going to overspeak here,
Well, the
but
card's
I
not
I
made
would
yet.
hope so.
The card's not made yet.
No, it's not. It's not all the way. No, it's not.
Right. So I'm sure.
And he hasn't been put on the card yet, neither.
No, he hasn't. They're looking for an
No,
opponent for him.
exactly. So we're not even there yet to
But
even fix the order. So let's
remember,
get him on the
remember,
card first.
remember one thing. He's fought on a matchroom card. He's fought on a top rank card
Yep.
in the past.
Okay.
That being said, it's a top rank matchroom card. I'm sure whether it's Bob or Eddie Hearn can definitely find him an opponent that's worth opening the main card. You have to understand Eddie and Bob are businessmen,
Yeah, they're businessmen that
and
are trying to get
they
they're
know that.
business. Yeah, but wait, check it out. They're businessmen that are trying to get the young Keith Cologne to fight. Here's the problem. Everybody north or south of Keith Cologne that's undefeated are trying to do the same thing Keith Cologne's doing. Stay undefeated for a little while. I don't think they want to risk their fighter because I can tell you at least this much. None of them have a 100% knockout ratio. So that automatically makes Keith the most dangerous out of all the new guys. So out of all the undefeated guys, they might be like 7 fights undefeated with 4 knockouts, but still undefeated. But they don't got 7-7, right? Keith is 10-10. So you might got a guy that might be 12 fights undefeated with 7 knockouts. you might not want to risk him with Keith right now. You see, so
No, but what I was alluding to was Keith Cologne sells.
yeah, no, no, no. He sells, and I understand what you're saying, right? But what I'm saying, I'm looking at it in a different sense, right? Keith doesn't have to help sell too much on this card. This is not his card. You don't got to worry about ticket sales right now. This is Xander and Jerron Buchanan night. Okay. What you got to get is yourself a worthy opponent. That's what you got to focus on. That's where I'm at. I'm not sure if they can get him a worthy opponent. I want to get him a better quality of guys. Now, if there's another coach out there with another student that don't give a fuck, that's undefeated, that's up there just slightly above Keith, that says, you know what? I'm willing to go down and fight Keith or whatever, in my slot to show you I can beat him. Now we got ourselves a fight. Now we got two guys that got the same ambitions, the same goals, and they're willing to take a chance. Now, if that guy exists and he's out there, I hope they can, because what's going to happen, Frontline? Come on, let's, I might be thinking a little fast. I'm probably ahead of you, but I don't want to see Keith Cologne in there with another average guy. He's proven he's too far ahead of these guys. And even when they try to get guys with decent records, Keith is showing that
He makes it
uh,
look easy.
yeah, he's a little bit ahead of the curb. So, not push him too fast, too far,
No me lo
but
dañe, no me lo dañe.
no, but give him a challenge. And the only thing I'm worried, you're not worried about or anything. I'm not worried for Keith. He don't need nobody to be worried for him. He's kicking ass by himself, right? But what I'm saying is just I'm worried about that they don't get him that quality fight, because I think this is the fucking card to do it on. Hear me out. If you get Keith Cologne that that fight that can bring the best out of him, Keith got the opportunity to steal the night. And in that kind of card with that kind of stage that them kind of people are watching, Keith can really go out there and showcase his skills. He
So
could he could steal the fucking night. He could outshine the main event or something, or maybe come close to it. If the guy that he got in front of him and he starts using real angles like he's been doing, but now we know the guy in front of him ain't no fucking sucker. And when he's doing it in front of that guy, that quality of guy, now the world starts to notice Keith Cologne. This could be a big moment depending on what they, now if he goes out the pop knockout, what's that gonna do?
that's what I was gonna say. What if you get him a quality opponent, like
And he goes,
somebody?
but we
Yes,
know because the quality opponent we're gonna be aware of. Where
my
everybody's
but
gonna be
okay.
saying
So
that
here's my
kid was
question. Right
good.
now. Hold on. Let's back up a little bit.
Yep,
Where if they put him in with a quality opponent, an opponent that's worldwide known,
not too many of
and
those. That's not gonna happen.
no,
But
no,
anyway,
no.
I get what you're saying.
You follow me. Let's just say he's a known fighter. He's known to be durable and tough.
Yes,
And Keith Cologne gets him out of there.
best case scenario.
Best case scenario, he gets him out there early, right?
Yep.
What's next for Keith?
No,
And I'm
now
going to tell you what's going to happen.
what?
It's bad enough that right now it's hard for him to get fights because of how he demolishes his opponents. So if he takes a quality guy and he makes it look easy and gets him out of there quick, you honestly think that the top 15, top 25, top 30 are going to raise their hand and say, I want Keith next? Fuck
Okay,
no.
okay, okay. Here is how I'm gonna combat what you just said. Okay. What his win would do against that type of fighter if Keith Cologne was to go in there and we would know that that other fighter we felt like was on Keith's level and then he went in there and did what you're hypothetically saying. What it's going to do for the young man, Keith Cologne, is get him a top promoter. And what you're describing is that the guys at the top won't fight him. Now he has a top promoter. They have no choice. You give him Bob Arum, you give him Ed Hearn. Ed Hearn will bring that young man to a title shot. He's done it many times. And with a top promoting company, that is one of the things that you're going to need. Once Keith Cologne steps over that threshold and the world takes notice, also the top promoters take notice. It's no more about your speculation or you think the guys on the top are going to give him an opportunity. No, it's that the promoters are going to pay for the opportunity, and that's how he's going to get it.
You know who I think will be a good promoter for him?
Who?
Jake Paul, MVP Promotions.
Top Rank, they're New Yorkers.
Well, Top Rank, obviously, but I'm
They
just
know how to
saying.
promote their fighters, brother. They know how to manage their fighters well, and you know it like I know it.
No, of
And
course, Top
they
Rank, yeah, dude.
protected a lot of their fighters and put them in the position to win fights. And Top Rank's doing a hell of a job with it. General Emmanuel,
Xander Zayas,
yes,
Tiger Johnson,
Bruce
Bruce
Carrington.
Carrington,
Okay, so they know how to handle a young man. And since he's from Newark, New Jersey, Top Rank has had fighters like Shakur Stevenson one time in their stable too as well. I think that Top Rank can do a lot of things for the young man Keith um, Cologne, and it would just be a smart decision to go with a promoter company from America rather than going to a promoter company like Ed Hearn from the UK that is still dipping his feet in the pond in America. He really doesn't have all the connects Top Rank has. If you're not going to go the Top Rank way, I guess as far as American, either MVP is a good one or the PBC is another one. There are American promoters. You could say a lot about the PBC, but Al Heyman has paid the fighters very handsomely under his banner. So that much I at least I can say. Jake Paul is a bit of a wild horse, yes, but he has secured a streaming platform. That is one of the biggest hurdles in all of boxing. So he's got a streaming platform. And you know, yeah, I'm not gonna say that Jake Paul and then wouldn't be right, but also if I'm speaking honestly, in which I am, okay, Sufa's another one. Okay, Sufa is another entity that can pick up fighters like Keith Cologne. Sufa has been signing a lot of fighters of recent, and I think that Sufa could be one of the promotion companies that also can pick up a fighter like Keith Cologne. That would be another option. We got Fun Truck in the building. What's up, my brother Fun Truck? How you
What's
doing?
what's what's going on, guys? Frontline.
Fun Truck. Did you
Let,
come up here to warn Edwin that ain't no way
Stop
is
it.
in
He's
deep
trying to
doo doo?
sell you. Like you sound like a used car salesman. Stop it. Stop trying to convince everybody.
now, here are my thoughts on Inoue Nakatani. Great fight. Fucking. I want Nakatani to put up a challenging fight for Inoue, but Inoue is very special. He's one of the few fighters that creates sort of offense. You know, he's the guy who steps in the ring. There's a lot of counter punchers in boxing who do real well because they wait for their opponents to make mistakes inside of the ring. They let their opponents beat themselves, and then there are guys who step. And Alexander Usyk, Inoue, who go and create the offense, which is one of the hardest things to do in boxing. But having said all that, I'm hoping that Nakatani puts on a good performance and is a worthy challenger coming up in weight. And we get to see an excellent fight because there's one thing that Inoue always does is he's coming out and throwing with bad intentions. And in
Yeah,
boxing, in boxing, if you have bad intentions behind your punches, I'm an instant fan.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, precise. It's next week, May 2nd.
Nakatani being a taller southpaw might give a little bit trouble to Inoue. So
Did I just hear you
is
say and the new Fun Truck? Did I just hear
No,
you
he
say
didn't.
and the
He
new?
did not say that at all. Uh,
let's
Mr. Itachi
go.
says Pacheco the best at 68. He will beat M. Billy. Oof.
Yeah, I think
Oof.
maybe
That's a good
that's
fight.
that's a possibility. I
I
would
don't
like to
think
see. Go ahead.
I don't think he beats M. Billy.
I don't think so.
Um,
but it's definitely a good fight though.
Right?
That's a banger.
That's right. Did Pacheco have problems with Trevor McCumbee?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then I don't think he's beating him, Billy.
Listen, I think that in Billy is just a ball of aggression. He's just constantly coming forward with a lot of power punches. He seems to be the type of man that is comfortable with winging a lot of power punches. He looks really strong. He punches strong. What was that fight? What was the guy that he fought again? That just fought that didn't look that good.
Lester
Lester
Martinez.
Martinez. Thank you, Lester Martinez. And Billy brought the best fight out of Lester Martinez. I think so. Because we just saw Lester Martinez's last fight. He didn't look like the Lester Martinez that dog, that veracity, that intensity to match in Billy's punch output. And Billy was throwing a lot of punches. It made Lester Martinez equally match him. He didn't want to be behind in the scorecards. So it brought him in for big men like that at 168 like that, that was impressive to watch. You're not gonna get guys to throw that many punches like that. I've never seen Pacheco throw punches like that. I've always seen Pacheco, he's pretty decent, a little awkward at times. He's getting better in his technique, but he likes to reset himself and then take those. He takes like pauses, for like breathers in between. And Billy's not like that.
Well,
Like
here's the thing
he's
though,
gonna try
Evan.
to drown Pacheco. He's gonna try to
What you
outwork him,
what you just
and
said
I gotta
is
see
right.
that.
What you just said is right. But Pacheco, he's not a volume puncher, but he's a precise puncher, and he's got pop behind it.
Well, he's not
So
as accurate as you think. When you say the word precise,
he's
it's not like
selective with his punches.
he might.
Is what I'm
Okay,
saying.
selective might be a better word.
He's
Because
selective,
he's not as accurate. Like no,
and I think Pacheco hits harder than Lester Martinez. I think.
I don't know about that. Lester Martinez looks like a big boy. Pacheco looks more stretched out. Now that doesn't say anything because I know a lot of flacos that can crack. Yeah, you're right.
Nakatani.
Yeah, Nakatani can crack. Exactly.
Yeah, that
So
he's gonna
yeah, you're
crack
right.
anyway. I get
So
it. I
so
get
you're
it.
right. You're right. Sometimes you look at the guy like Lester Martinez, he's more stockier. But as the words started to come out my mouth, I was like, yeah, that's not how boxing works, Edwin. No, that's not how fighting works. It's technique. It can be technique, the snap. It could be a lot of things for different guys, but
So I seen Pacheco get dropped.
yep. Have you ever
That
seen Billy get dropped?
never,
Okay,
never.
then.
But
And
that doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit because Pacheco got dropped, came back and won the fight. Now
Really? Did you see that fight?
I
You
don't give a fuck. What does box
come
rec and
on,
the record
bro.
say?
All right, all right,
Let
we're not gonna argue that point. We're not gonna say it. Just get past it. Okay.
all right.
So
So
continue.
that being said, I don't think Pacheco knocks out Mbili, and Billy has the possibility of knocking out Pacheco. This is why I said that'll be a fire fight because if Pacheco's on his P's and Q's, Pacheco can pull the fight off based on points.
You think he can outpoint a volume puncher like in Billy
Yes,
Dog?
absolutely,
Yo, he's just
absolutely.
yo. You remember who in Billy is, right?
Yo, JC said it's okay. Round one, I'll crash out along with you on May 2nd.
No, but you do remember, like yo, and Billy is just a volume strong.
Whoa,
Yo, it
and
looks like
Billy's a
everything he
volume, and
throws looks like it's hard because he's so cut up. He looks
yeah,
like just a ball of muscle, right? And it just when he like moves, it just looks like he's punching hard. Now, I've never felt an Billy punch. I don't know what that fucking shit feels like. And him and Lester Martinez took some flush shots. So let me ask you a question. Here's for the chat, for everybody, Fun Truck, all of you. If Pacheco landed that many flush punches on him, Billy, does he put him down rather than Lester?
No.
Okay.
I think so.
What do you
I
guys think
think
in the chat? I want to know.
I
We got
think
one
if
no and one yes.
Pacheco lands calculated shots and they land right, because we seen him wobbled, not dropped, but we seen him stunned by Lester Martinez.
It's that fight won't
That
even
fight wasn't
close.
even close. Pacheco rocked the fuck out of Sabejo after
Yeah,
the balance shot knockdown.
no, it's a balance shot. That was a 10-8 round.
Bro, you're talking to Mr. Itachi,
That's a 10-8
who
round. Stop,
raises
yo,
his
just stop,
Mexican flag
man.
like I raised my Puerto Rican
I
flag.
know, right? yo,
And
yo,
Billy's
remember?
not durable as Sabejo.
Yo, you remember when their 17-0 guy got robbed? Remember? Round one, he got robbed, bro. He
Yo,
didn't
yeah.
win one round. Yo,
Hey, Fun Truck. So you seriously think
yes, he
and
seriously thinks. Yes, he does.
and Billy can pull it off?
Oh, okay, Billy.
Oh, I think he'd be I think he'd be favorite.
Yes,
No,
I
no, 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 no.
yes,
I know he'll definitely be favored in that fight
yeah.
for
So that
sure.
means that he has the ability to pull it off. He just answered your question.
Gongora dropped and Billy with an uppercut. I don't remember that one.
I don't remember. What are you talking about?
Gongora dropped and Billy with an uppercut.
Let's check that. How
Hasn't
long
Billy
ago was
fought
that?
since Martinez?
Yes, I think he fought one
I
more
gotta check
time
this out. Hold on.
in in Canada.
Was it a
Hold
good
on, let
fight?
me probably not because I don't remember it. Let me see. What's his name? Chris. His first name is Christian, right?
That's right.
Yo, and Billy got the WBA.
Yeah, he got gifted. That was emailed to him.
Shut up.
It was. He's an email champ. Nope, 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 nope. My bad. My apologies. Fun truck. His last fight was Lester Martinez, and the guy that
Damn.
what you call it? Damn, Boxrec doesn't even show that he was down in that fight.
He
It, wa-
wasn't
it was
uh
against Carlos Gongora. That was back
Carlos
in
Gongora.
yeah, Gongora. And Billy won that fight by UD, 10 rounds.
Hold on. Carlos Gongora. It says right here
Damn,
there
they
were
had
no
that one a
knockdowns scored in
wash.
the fight.
Yeah, 99, 91, 98, 92,
Yeah, there
97,
was no
93.
knockdown scored in the fight.
Damn, Mr. Tashi.
Yo, oh yeah,
You
and
try.
one more thing. Before I end this live stream, I just wanna shut down my co-host Frontline's lies. Sometimes that he likes to come up here and make fun of people. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna call Frontline out on his little lies. Okay, and what do I mean by that? We're
what,
gonna get right to it. We're gonna get
what the
right to it.
fuck
Front
did
truck,
I say?
you're gonna love
It's front
this. Check
lie.
this out.
Front lie.
You're gonna you're gonna love this. Check this out. You guys remember just yesterday, um, Frontline was up here spewing lies, right? And
What
we
I
are going.
say?
Okay, hold on. You're gonna see it exactly when I get on the screen. Here we go. Check this out. Remember the time Frontline was talking about this guy right here?
Oh God.
Okay, Naoya Inoue. What did he say? He said that Alan David Picasso won 5 rounds against Naoya Inoue.
He did.
Okay, okay, he won 5 rounds. Here's Alan David Picasso. Here, right here, we're gonna go over. Here are the scorecards of the fight. The
Okay,
official
Eglin.
scorecards. Here it is. Naoya Inoue's in the red. Facts over feelings here, people.
All right, so
And,
okay,
and Alan
I'm
David
glad you brought that
Picasso
up.
is in the blue.
Okay,
Let's look at the scorecards.
go ahead.
More
All
like two
red,
rounds.
Naoya away. Blue, look, one round, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay,
Look,
hold on.
Alan David
Look,
Picasso by two judges. What they're saying is, wait a minute. Let's remember that the
oh,
fan vote is on this side.
right.
The real three judges are on this side, right?
Okay,
Okay, so we're gonna go by it again. Naoya Inoue wins one round, first round clearly, second round clearly, third round clearly, fourth round clearly, fifth round clearly, sixth round clearly, seventh round clearly, eighth round clearly, ninth round. One judge gave it to him, but he still wins the round. The 10th round, clearly. The 11th round, one judge gave it to Alan David Picasso, but Naoya Inoue wins the round. Technically, two judges gave it to Alan David Picasso. He won one round. Where are your five?
let me tell
Yeah,
you something, Edwin.
yeah,
Hold on. You
yeah,
know why I'm
yeah.
laughing? You want to know
Uh,
why I'm laughing? No, I'm laughing because you see how that what was it the eighth round, ninth round that one judge had it for Picasso.
where? Okay, here's the eighth. Here's the ninth. Yep, the ninth right here. That one judge had it for him.
Okay, that's my point.
That what? One judge
Other
had it for him in the ninth. That's your
okay. What?
point.
No, what I'm saying is officially, officially, he won the fight.
Yeah, he
But
won the fight.
but but if you ask me, I scored it 7-5 in favor of
Oh,
Inoue, of
that's
course.
great.
But
That's crazy.
You're crazy,
but
frontline.
I seen Inoue lose 5 rounds.
You're crazy. Now listen. And the reason why we had this conversation, right? Frontline's so full of shit. He don't know what to say right now, right? Listen, check this
Round
out.
one, you
I
hear me?
backed out too far. But check this out, right? The whole topic of this conversation was this: that Naoya Inoue throughout his career, he rarely lost a
Oh,
round. Period.
hold on. Edwin, go to Nakatani real quick, please.
Oh, wait. We'll go to Nakatani, but I just want to prove something real quick. If you were to go to Naoya Inoue's scorecards, right? Like, let's go to the first fight. He lost in no scorecards. It's look.
Okay,
It would be unfair to go to these ones, but you're gonna see like look at this is one of his first 11 round fights. Oh, as a matter of fact, we were talking about um. Look at this. Check this out. He doesn't lose.
okay. Now go to Nakatani, please.
Look at this, bro.
Go to
His
Nakatani.
percentage in rounds, he only lost about 12 rounds in his entire career. That's
See,
unheard
Against
of.
Donaire.
even Mr. Hitachi agrees Picasso was robbed.
Picasso was robbed. Shut the fuck up.
All right, now listen.
Hold on. Don't no
Go to
near fight. Let's
Nakatani.
go look at that.
No. Go to Nakatani's.
No. My man, one of my guests asked about the no near fight, and respectfully so, we're gonna go there
The
real
first
quick.
one or the
Yes,
second fight?
the first one that went 12 rounds. This is it. This
Okay.
is the scorecard for that. This is an interesting scorecard. I wanted to know this. Okay, the first round, Donaire lost. Donaire's red in
No,
this one,
Donaire
and
won.
no,
Oh no. Okay.
Donaire
Okay. Never mind.
lost. Yeah, Naoya Inoue's blue in this situation. Donaire was the favorite. No,
Okay.
he was the A side. So, and then Donaire, okay, this is a fan one, but according to the judges, he won round two. Donaire won round two. Okay, Jonair lost round three. It was pretty look, and then Naoya Inoue round four. So the one that he broke his orbital bone in round two, that's the one that they gave to Donair. He won that round. Then the next round, Naoya Inoue won by two judges. The fourth round, Naoya Inoue clearly won. The fifth, he clearly won. The sixth, one judge felt Donaire won, and Naoya got the other two judges, so he won that round. Oh shit. Nonito Donaire completely won the seventh round, the eighth round, the ninth round. Holy shit. Naoya Inoue was leaking. He got his nose broken in the eighth. Then um, Naoya Inoue came back. He won the 10th, the 11th. Wow, the 11th round was so dominate. They gave him a 10-8 round, and there was no knockdown. Well, there was one knockdown. I'm sorry. The referee jumped in between Naoya Inoue with his stomach and saved Nonito Donari. That's right, in the 11th. Then he won the 12th, and these are the scorecards. So according to this fight, wow, this is decent. This is the best fighter I believe that fought Naoya Inoue and beat him on scorecards. Like this is the best fighter that won the most rounds against Naoya Inoue. I don't think there's another scorecard in his boxing career where he lost 3 consecutive rounds in a row. According to these scorecards, he lost the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. I don't think there's another fight that you can look up that Naoya Inoue lost 3 rounds in a row.
All right,
So
now let's go to
so that's
Nakatani
gotta
real
be
quick.
his best. That's gotta be his best fighter. There's
Let's
just
go to
nobody else. Hold on,
let's
hold
go.
on, real quick. I just want to see one more guy. I know Fulton didn't win any rounds. Marlon Tapales won none. MJ won 1 round. He won zero. He won zero. He won 1 round. He won probably two, maybe one. And Alan David Picasso, we went just through. Okay, so let's go to Junto. Nobody else gave him a better fight. Naoya Inoue is almost flawless with all his victories, bro. He's that good. All right, what do you want to know?
Let's go to his last fight against Hernandez
Hernandez?
and open up the scorecards there.
Ooh, why'd you want to do that? I don't know why you wanted to do that for me, but I will welcome that. Okay, Junto's red. Sebastian Hernandez is in the blue. Round one. Boom. Junto wins round one clearly. Junto wins round two, round three. He had a hiccup in round four. In round four, he had a hiccup. Round five, he
Well,
wins.
he had a
Round
hiccup against.
six, round six was another hiccup,
Okay,
which was a convincing round for Hernandez. You never seen that in
okay.
Naoya Inoue's scorecard,
Oh
where
no,
everyone thought he clearly lost.
of course
At least
against
one
Donaire.
person thought Naoya Inoue won. You never saw that in Inoue card anyway. Then the next one, he won. Then Junto hit a roadblock in 8. He lost 8, 9. He won 10. He lost 11. And he won the 12. Wow, that was
Okay,
a close fight, bro. That was a pretty close fight. It went down to the wire.
okay.
So,
The point that I'm trying to get across is you see how right there, round four, you got the fans and one judge gave him 10, and then two other judges gave him 9, right? That goes to show you that people viewed it differently.
yeah, they don't know
And
what
the
they're
put
talking about.
and the point that I'm trying to get across is
Your boy got his ass
when
whooped. Yes.
okay, that's fine on paper, yes, on paper. And that's the way I saw Alan Picasso versus Inoue. I seen Picasso win 5 rounds. Whether you want to accept it, like it or not, oh, because box rec shows the scorecards, the judges didn't see it that way.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay. Well, you know what? In actuality, your boy didn't win 1 round in that fucking thing. Okay, but now I wanted to see this fight right here. He was 11-2. He lost to Junto, right? I wanted to see about this fight. Okay, when he fought Junto right here. Hold on. Is this the kid? Yeah, that's the kid right there. So Junto's in the red, he's in the blue. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, boom. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. So
So
Junto has
so that's what I'm
mental
trying to say.
lapses. He can be beat in the middle parts. Your boy's in a lot of trouble, bro.
Yeah, okay. We'll
He better
see.
pack
May
a
2nd.
lunch. He better pack a lunch. Because I'm going to tell
Well,
you right now, he's fucking around with the best Japanese fighter to ever live. And
in a
that's
way, better
Naoya
pack his
Inoue.
pillow, his little sleeping
That's Naoya
bag.
Inoue. He is the greatest
If
fucking
he's
Japanese fighter that ever lived.
if he's got a
What?
teddy bear he sleeps
One
with at
more
night,
time.
bring
One
that
more
too.
time. Okay. One more time. I want to look at sparring footage, right, of Junto, and I want to see, what he brings to the equation because a lot of people are saying a lot about this guy. So, like, let's look at some sparring footage real quick here, real fast before I end this live. One more time, I want to bring up Junto Nakatani, and I want you guys to look at the speed and just remember about the speed. Here goes
You ain't
Junto
shit.
Nakatani
You ain't shit.
sparring right here.
You
Okay,
ain't shit.
this is Junto, and let's look at Junto's speed right here. Oh shit, that shit is blinding. Oh, did you guys look at the movement? Look at the movement. Look at Junto training. Look. Oh. Look at the pad work. Oh, did you guys see that pullback? Now, Junto, show us some speed. Some. Show us the speed, Junto. Here we go. Oh, look at this blinding speed. Come on, Junto, move. Let
Show
me
me the
see some
footwork. Show me the
footwork.
footwork.
Show me the footwork right here. Did you see the bounce?
You saw the step back?
You see the step back? Junto is looking ready. Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yo, fight fans. Listen, guys, let me tell you guys something, right? I have seen enough. I have been to the mountaintops and I have seen them both training. Junto's in a lot of trouble, but I respect the competition and we got ourselves a fight. But
Not with that hand speed and that footwork. Anyway, in big trouble.
he's in big trouble.
Mr. Itachi says, wait, round one, you gotta slow the footage down. I can't see anything. Blistering hand speed.
Yo, I love you guys. You guys are the best. He said, yo, Edwin, wait. You got to slow the footage down. You're crazy. Oh, you guys are insane. Listen, Round One Sport Talk family, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, Mr. Tachi. Reach down there and press that like button, brother. I got analytics. I can tell if you're hitting it or not. All right. So, fight fans, thank you for tuning in here at Round One Sports TV. I hope you guys had an amazing time. Hope you guys were entertained. And I hope I made it a night for you. So we're going to be tuning into the rest of these fights for the rest of the weekend. Tune in with us, and I'll see you guys there. I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. Frontline, you're the best. Good night,
Peace.
gentlemen. Peace.
Good night, y'all.